Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites. Before we get started, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone, room to 12, and peace, love, and salutations to the elect. All right, we out another weekend. We out another great. All right, this wicked kingdom, man. All right, this place is filthy. All right, it's a whole lot of wickedness going on here, and this place will be took down, and the wicked will be removed from being in rulership. Right. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start off with Joel 2nd chapter.
This is Joel chapter 2. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound in the Lord of my holy mountain.
That's right, it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion. All right, and we know that in Hebrew, Zion is Zion, which is monument. All right, it says, in my holy mountain, you can continue on that.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble.
That's right, and we know the Lord's holy mountain are the Israelites, all right, the nation of Israel, Yasharah. All right, what it said, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. All right, you continue on now.
For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is not at hand.
That's right, the day of the Lord, you know, it's coming. All right, we know that it's near, okay? And all these people, a lot of these people, they're not afraid out here, man. Okay, we're starting to see the Lord beginning to visit this place, man. We're seeing the plagues being sent. All right, we're seeing these prophecies come to pass. All right, but a lot of these people, they're not fearing. A lot of these people not trembling. Okay, a lot of these people still doing whatever it is that they want to do, man. Okay, but hey, that's going to lead to them being destroyed, man. All right, you continue on now.
Verse 2, a day of darkness and of gloominess.
That's right, and Scripture's going to it about the day of the Lord is darkness, all right, and not light. All right, you know, it's about to be a lot of sorrow going on out here, man. Okay, a lot of people, a lot of dead bodies in the street. Okay, a lot of people perishing from famine. Okay, all these things are coming, man. All right, you continue on now.
A day of clouds and of thick darkness as the morning spread upon the mountains.
Yep.
A great people and a strong there had been not ever like, neither shall there be any more after.
That's right, and that's talking about those missiles, man. Okay, because we know missiles will come to America, which is Babylon the Great, man. All right, to destroy this place. All right, whether you people like it or not, man, these things will come to pass, man. 200 million missiles. All right, so that great people that is speaking about those missiles, man, you continue on, man.
Even to the years of many generations. They fired the fire before them, and behind them a flame burning.
That's right, the fire before them, behind them the flame burning. Okay, again, that's talking about those missiles. You continue on.
The land is as the Garden of Eden before them and behind them.
That's right, it says the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, man. All right, you know, when you look at America, which is Babylon the Great, it's still beautiful places here, man. All right, it's still certain parts of America you can go to, beautiful lakes, waters, trees, okay, the scenery, you know, it just looks beautiful, man. Okay, but we know what's about to happen to this place, and also we know before, you know, these damn devils came over here, before Esau Edom came over here and defiled the land. We know this place was completely beautiful, man. With the trees, different animals running around, different herbs. Okay, you know, it was beautiful over here, man. But you continue on, man.
And behind them a desolate wilderness.
That's right, and behind them a desolate wilderness, man. Because we know, man, this destruction caused this place is going to be laid desolate, man. Okay, this place is going to become a desert, man. All right, what's going to cause that, man? Okay, those 200 million missiles, 200 million missiles that's going to come over to destroy this place, and also the concentrated fire is going to come from the chariots when our Lord returns, man. Okay, with the innumerable amount of angels with him, man. Okay, that's what's going to happen, man. A lot of you people are going to get completely destroyed, man. All right, you know, you look at all these things, the materialistic things that you people have. Okay, a lot of you people are comfortable here, man. All right, but this stuff is temporary, man. All right, because all this is about to go, man. All right, can you read that from the top of the book?
Verse 3, a fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burning.
Yep.
The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
That's right.
I mean, it's a weird, look like they took it out.
You can take it.
It looks like they took it out.
That's right. Yeah, you definitely shall escape. Okay? You wicked people, man, when those missiles come over, you're not going to be able to just fly up out of here, man. You're not up to elect. You're not going to be delivered, man. Okay? None of you people will be able to escape from it, man. It's over in America, man. Okay? And none of anybody's going to be able to escape from them, man. Yeah, we know the elites of Esau are the ones that's ruling in darkness right now. The so-called shadow government, okay? The ones of them there, not certain of them not in America, which is Babylon the Great, they'll be able to escape it because they're not going to be up there. But we know they're going to be the first ones going to slavery, man. You continue on now.
And nothing shall escape them. Verse 4, the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses. And as horsemen, so shall they run.
That's right. We know those missiles, they're going to come over here quickly. Are you heard some reports about those missiles come over here 15 minutes, 5 minutes? Okay? Hey, man, I wouldn't be surprised, man. Hey, if they can come over here in less than 2 minutes, man, I wouldn't be surprised, man. You can continue on that.
Like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains shall they leap.
That's right, man. We know when those missiles hit, man, it's going to be very loud, man. Okay, a lot of you people are going to be afraid, man. You continue on, man.
Like the noise of a flame of fire that devours the stubble.
Yep.
As a strong people set in battle array.
Yep. And we know, hey, that those missiles are a part of the Lord's, the weapons of his indignation. Okay? And when you go into that word indignation, it goes into righteous anger, man. Okay, so we know those missiles are part of the Lord's armory, man. Okay, we continue on now.
Verse 6, before their face the people shall be much pain.
That's right, it says before their face the people shall be much pain. Man, these people are going to be terrified. Okay, these people that had the wisdom of this world, okay, these people that were walking by scoffing, thinking that, all right, man, that ain't going to happen, man. Okay, the people that was over there dwelling safely, okay, when they begin to see this, man, they're going to be much pain, man. Okay, they're not going to know what to do. Okay, they're not going to have the knowledge and wisdom to keep them stable. Okay, but who will have that, man? Script's going to it, Isaiah 36. And now the will shall be stability at that time and strength of salvation. Okay, roughly paraphrase, who's going to have the elect? Okay, but the rest of you people, you're not going to know what to do, man. Okay, a lot of you people still going to try to call on idols in those times. Hey, Christ's not going to be able to deliver you, man. Okay, when you see that destruction coming, man, Christ not going to deliver you wicked people, man. You continue on now. Yep.
Virgin Mary.
Yep, or Virgin Mary. None of that, man. Okay, our people, hey, we have to call on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Okay, you know, that's who we have to call on. That's how we're going to get delivered out of here. And we got to have faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Okay, the script's going to it. Faith without works is dead, man. Okay, so you have to be doing the work, man. Okay, you have to be coming out on the highways and byways, doing what's commanded you from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Okay, praying, fasting, okay, doing what you have to do. So Lord willing, you know, the Lord can have mercy on you, get delivered up out of here, man. But for the rest of you people that's not doing it, you're going to get destroyed. You continue on.
All faces shall gather blackness.
Yep, all faces shall gather blackness, man. You people not going to know what to do. You're going to be terrified, afraid. Esau not going to have answers for you. Okay? The script's going to it about the devil coming down with great wrath. Now we're going to be in Jacob's trouble. Okay? These martial law troops going to be putting a lot of you people to death. Alright? Hey man, Esau not going to be giving you people no answers, man. A lot of you going to be in FEMA camps. Alright? And a lot of you people that get out of those concentration camps, hey, some of you going to escape the famine, the pestilence, get out. Well, hey, some of you may get out of the camp just for you to get hit with a missile. You continue on. Huh?
Hey, Esau going to have an answer. It's going to be the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
The microchip going to be the answer. That's gonna be the answer to you know what's going on. If you take this chip, we'll take care of you. You know.
Yeah. And a lot of the people gonna give in to taking that chip. Matter of fact,
by another atrocity. You watch that in the movie Bushwick. You see how far they got led Batista, the wrestler, I forget the actor that actually played, but they went through all kind of turmoil. They had left the church. It was all kind of shootings. You know, Bushwick. You know, it was all kind of scene for scene. You know, even he had got shot and he ended up getting killed because she had progressed forward. And all the way up until the end, she was trying to get delivered in the airplane, and she died. So that's gonna happen to a lot of chicks. Or it might happen like the movie I Am Legend, where you might even go get into an airplane and your whole shit crashed down.
The same scene happened like that in the first Cloverfield. They was flying up and then the fucking monster destroyed their ass. I got a quick precept real quick. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and 68. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you being idle with things offered unto idols.
Yep.
So when that burning wrath of Esau comes down, his only solution for you is to give you the chip. You know, you being, attaching you to his society, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. And you still gonna be going through, a calamities in hell, because you could get the microchip and you could be eating, but you could still be killed in a race war.
Shit, you might have to eat rat.
Yeah. But let's say you get the microchip and you do got a ration of food. It's still gonna be race wars and riots out here. You have to die by an explosion from a Molotov cocktail. It's not a guarantee, but that's the answer or the solution for these things happening.
That's right.
Among what else is coming in the earth.
That's right. And these plagues, are being sent, man. Okay? Just like the priest was going into, man. The answer that Esau is going to give to a lot of you people, all right, is providing you with that RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Okay? But we know that we're not to take that, man. If you take it, you're going to get destroyed, man. We're warning you here now, man. Okay? So you're not going to be able to say you haven't heard, man. Okay? Taking that chip, that's going to be a guaranteed death, man. Okay, for you, man. That's you telling you. That's like you saying that Esau is your God, man. Okay, by you taking that chip, you want to be a part of this system, man. Okay, we're trying to depart from this place, man. All right, we don't want nothing to do with America to Babylon the Great, man. We're waiting on our Lord Yahweh to establish His kingdom and righteousness, man. Okay, we're not going to Esau for answers, man. All right, you got that out.
Amos 5:19. As if a man get flee from a lion,
Yep.
and a bear met him.
That's right, man. And, hey, man, that's very difficult to do, man. All right, to you to flee from a lion, man. A lion's extremely fast. All right, they know how to hunt. Okay, they're agile. They know how to focus in on their prey. Okay, they're fearless. Okay, to escape from a lion, that's already a difficult task to do, man. You continue on, man.
God. As if a man did flee from a lion,
Yep.
and a bear meet him.
That's right, and the bear meeting him, man. And that's hard as hell too to escape from, man.
It's probably easier to get away from a lion than a bear.
Yeah, yep, yep. Bears are extremely fast. They're bigger than lions. All right, they're strong. They can climb. All right, they can do all these. Yeah, they can swim. All right, so no matter what you try to do, you try to go up, down in the water, they can come in there and get you, man.
Because if I may say, because lions have a kill switch. Like they're not like if you may not attack you because there's an instinctual I have to prance on you to kill you. Like there's a certain method to it. A bear don't got that. A bear eats as much food. It's an herbivore. It's meat, vegetables, berries, scavenger.
It's an omnivore.
It's an omnivore. It's a hunter. Like a bear has it's a complete package.
That's a situation you don't want to be in, man. You can tell you want.
Let's say you play dead and lay down. It still might get you.
I just pulled it up. I said a bear can go up to 38 miles per hour.
Yeah, almost 40 miles. Yeah, 30.
Come on,
I think a lion can do like 45.
Hey,
I think a human's like 20 something.
yeah, you'll see like certain,
It's less than that?
That's
Yeah, that's the fastest, my bad.
like just
I
like
know,
they're
that's the
having these
fastest human
NFL games now. Now they'll show certain situations like, all right, this NFL player was running at this mile per hour. He was going 20 miles per hour in the game. They'll show like, I don't know if it's called the next gen stats or whatever. They'll show like they'll go like 20 miles per hour. I've never seen anybody running 30 miles per hour.
Nah.
Overshaped, out of weight, cracker nigga from America cannot outrun any bear.
Nah, that's right, man. A lot of these GMO fad eating people, man, y'all gonna be through, man.
Oh,
a lot of
shit.
you disabled, people, man, you sickly people. A lot of you not gonna be able to escape that. You can team on that.
Oh, and not to cut you off, excuse me. And what's funny too is we living in America, we living in these towns where all these animals are being pushed out of these habitats. But it's got open the car, there was a whole goddamn bear in the backseat. These animals don't have a natural habitat to talk to, so they have to go into uncharted territory.
Yep.
Mainly, their background.
Yeah, and these what they say in suburbia, they go into these suburbs. You might not, certain animals might hit the city, but really, lions, tigers, and bears and shit,
I
I got a real quick one to go with this Amos. This is 2nd Ezra 5 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
It says that there shall be confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out, and minstrous women shall bring forth monsters.
That's right, man. You know, we're seeing these different animals, you know, they're coming out of, you know, where they usually be at, man. All right, that's why you see a lot of these animals there be in your backyards. All right, you wonder why, a lot of people wonder why they see these different animals running across the street. Deers hitting the car. It'll be people that stay in the woods. It'll be bears all in their front yard, man. Different tigers and stuff, you know.
Mountain lions.
Yeah, mountain lions. You know, and what's gonna happen, man? A lot of you people in those days, a lot of you want to stock up on your foods and your goods, okay? Preparing for this system to collapse. And what's gonna happen? You're gonna go outside. A lot of them animals gonna come in there and put a lot of you people to death, man. That's what's gonna happen.
That's a beautiful point. Because they got like animal gangs, man. You see those monkeys overseas?
Oh yeah,
They rob
monkeys.
women for purses.
Yeah, monkeys be
They
robbing
hard
niggas and
for us
shit.
to get away
We
from.
sticking niggas
So
up.
think when it's a scarcity of fruits and vegetables and things of that nature, and you actually, the little provisions or the little product that you do have, them animals are gonna beat you to death.
Yeah.
You know, and those monkeys are something to deal with. It don't matter what size the monkey is. Them joints are super strong. They're like super animals.
Yep.
That one lady, it might have been over a decade, but it was about a decade ago.
Yeah.
Lady got her whole face tore off by that chimpanzee.
The little monkey.
Little one.
Sure. Animals, so animals get a grip on you. A lot of people try to get loose, man.
Yeah.
About 3 weeks back, I was watching the news, and this guy, I think it was a hunter, he hunted this deer, and he shot at the deer.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think so.
He walked up on him, he got up and stuck him, killed him.
It is he died.
Yeah, he died.
I know his I know he stuck him because he thought he killed him and it did hit him and it fucked his head up. I didn't know he died though. I ain't see that part. He died. Okay, that must have been in this report. and then you gotta remember too with these animals, especially deer. Deer is the prime prey.
Second most violent mammal behind horses. I was just saying that.
And because of where humans live, they're the prime prey. And what happens is these predators, as these cities and people tear down their territory, these predators, they follow the game trails. They follow where the deer go. So you seeing deer in your backyard, don't be surprised you see a bobcat, a lynx, a cougar. You know what I'm saying?
Coyotes.
Yep, coyotes, foxes. You're gonna see bears. You're gonna see a lot more of the predators that eat the deer because they have to follow where the deer going. Well, if the deer is frequently in a residential area, you're gonna see a lot more predators in the residential area.
Amos 5 and verse 19. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house, and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
That's right. So you went through all that. You flee from a lion, a bear, just for you to try to go in the house and try to get some rest, and you put your hand on the wall, the serpent bit you. All right, and you know a serpent, you know these poisonous serpents, they bite you. You can get put to death right after they bite you, man. A lot of them are venomous. Okay, these things are active, but we know that goes into a lot of you people will escape from the famine. A lot of you people will escape from the pestilence. Okay, a lot of you people may escape from those things just to get destroyed by the sword, man. Okay, and ultimately, a lot of you people getting hit with those missiles, man. All right, you know, and just, you know, that was interesting to me, you know, how it went into, you know, about going in the house and the serpent bit them. You know, because a lot of you people are gonna go to Esau for safety, man. A lot of you gonna try to go in those FEMA camps, you know, try to get the take. A lot of you gonna try to take the chip. Like, all right, I'm good now. I'm in the house. I took the chip. Now I'll be able to eat. And it says the serpent bit you. And we know Esau is also known as the serpent, man. Okay.
They're talking about little serpents though.
Yep.
Because I was gonna say, I was speaking to the brother. You know, again, what do these people do out here? They buy these snakes and these reptiles at fairs, and they buy it illegally on the black market. And then what happens? You thought you bought a little cute little snake that's in your hand for pictures and shit, and then that snake grow to be 10 feet taller than your apartment. So what does a person do? I'm gonna take it to Stone Mountain and let it go. Like how you say, when these people, as the scriptures say, go to flee to the mountains, you're gonna run into snakes and animals that you don't even think is native to North Georgia. You be like, what the hell is a black mamba snake doing in the middle of Chastain Park.
Right. Yep. Yep.
Goddamn boa constrictors and anacondas and stuff. It's so much illegal animals in America. It's crazy.
Yep.
I got
Man, they going on animals all day. 'Cause that's a whole
this
fucking subject.
Habakkuk 1 and 5. Behold, ye among the heathen, behold ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days, which you will not believe, though it be told you.
That's exactly what's going on right now.
Yeah. For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs.
That's right. You know, and today, you know, we're seeing Esau even do these things. Okay? And we know that, hey, when the system collapsed, this RFID chip is made mandatory, man. Okay, a lot of you people, you know, are gonna be thrown, you know, into these concentration camps. A lot of you gonna take the chip, okay? A lot of you people are gonna get put to death. Okay, a lot of you going down, trusting in the shadow of Egypt, man.
The Chaldeans represents the elites. Bitter and hasty nation, which shall march, that's martial law, through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. Their horses also are swifter than the leopards, and are more fierce than the evening wolves. And that represents the tanker trucks, the Humvees, the robots, that's tailor-made for warfare. That's why you have FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency. You have all these different American-based military groups that are used when martial law and when it's a time of a state of emergency. And that's how we know it has to be a ploy, or it has to be a front, I would say a false flag terrorist attack, something of that nature, to come amongst the shores of America for them to have rights to actually execute martial law. That's right. Because they need something, a justification. You see? I'll bring that over. Their horses are also swifter than the leopards, and are more fierce than the evening wolves. So we were just speaking about how it's so hard and difficult to get away from bears and tigers. They're speaking about how Esau, hey, your best bet in certain cases is facing an animal that's facing a lot of Esau's technology. They got this technology that can turn up the vibrations. It don't matter if you're in your buildings. It don't matter if you tucked away in the closet. It don't matter if you basically vaulted away. They have frequencies that can kill you, man. All these technology that everybody has, they have full access to manipulate this technology to be used against you. Then you got the trackers all over the goddamn place, man. You know? It says, and are more fierce than the evening wolves. And we know the nature of wolves. Wolves are extremely fierce, man. And their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from far. They shall fly as the eagle that hasteth to eat. They shall come all for violence. Their faces shall suck up as the east wind, and they shall gather the captivity as the sand. You gotta think about the sand. The sand is in abundance. So what the hell do they have that can actually grab the captivity as the sand? They got something. They got capabilities. And a lot of that stuff is what they call classified.
Yeah, because like when you're reading that, it makes you think of a dump truck or a bulldozer or something, a backhoe picking up dirt. So they're going to be able to, like you say, grab up people and throw them in these concentration camps and ways. We just got to see it coming fast.
And shoot, this whole kidnapping situation, you know, here in Atlanta, with these different vans and stuff, you know, for what it's worth, for all we know, they either throwing them in concentration camps. I mean, who knows what they're doing with them? But you know, a lot of you gonna be thrown in the back of a van like that, you know, going to a camp.
Straight up.
I got a little bit more flesh. And they shall scoff at the kings, and the princes shall be a scorn unto them. They shall deride every stronghold, for they shall heap dust and take it. Then shall his mind change, and he shall pass over and offend, imputing that this his power unto his God. So he's gonna basically feel like it's his God giving him right to actually pursue and destroy blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. He's not gonna have remorse, so he's not gonna feel sad and you know, crying and happy. You know, and basically there's no complying with these individuals. You know, you try, even if it's in American troops that speak the native language of you, Y'all speak a common language. It ain't no convincing them. It ain't no persuading them. My kids are dying. You know, over their aunt's house and they're getting, kidnapped and they might be getting raped. They don't give a fuck. That's the times that we living in. You know, you guys.
Yep. Let me just continue on. What we're going into, we're in Isaiah 31.
This is Isaiah chapter 31.
That's right. Woe goes to destruction. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. Okay, we're seeing a lot of our people doing that, man. And we're gonna see more of that, man. Okay, when these things intensify, okay, when the famine, increases here, okay, when these plagues are completely sent here, okay, a lot of these people are gonna be wanting to go down to Egypt for help. They're gonna want to go down to Esau and his government for answers, man. Okay, you continue on now.
And stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many.
That's right, because they are many, okay? And these people over here, a lot of our people, they trust in Esau's military, man. They see that he has military bases throughout the Middle East, throughout the world, okay? You're seeing that he's in these different lands, okay? They see Trump boasting himself, speaking these things, talking about going to Syria, taking the oil. Our people see these things, and they're trusting in that, man. Okay, like, all right, man, who can take this place down, man? Okay? So it says, woe to him that go down to Egypt for help, man. Okay? Because you trusting that it's going to leave you getting destroyed. You continue on.
Because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong.
That's right, so they see all these military equipment, these tanks, these missiles, and all these things, man, this weaponry, okay? But that's not going to be able to deliver them, man. Okay? Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, man. Woe to you that trust in America, which is about money great, man. Scripture go into it, and Micah 2:10 about departing from this place, man. We have to depart from this place spiritually, come back to Yahweh Shemiah Shah. Matter of fact, you about the Shah.
It's Revelation 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
That's right. What's the hour of temptation? When that RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, is made mandatory, man. Okay? That's going to be the hour of temptation, man. Okay? These people are going to be buying and selling with the dollar no more, man. Okay? They're going to want people to take this chip, man. Okay? That's the hour of temptation. All right? Just like what the priest was going into, man. All right? The answer that Esau is going to give to a lot of these people is to take this chip, man. Okay? A lot of people are going to go down to the government. Oh, you ain't ate in a day, 2-3 days in a week. All right? Take this chip then. All right? You're going to get the seed, man. All right? That's what the script's going to about the seed and the seed are his. Who? The Heavenly Father, your house. Okay? You take that chip, you're going to get destroyed, man. Okay? And Esau is going to deceive the masses of the people, man. Okay? That's trusting in this system, man. Okay? That's why Scripture going to it about measuring the time diligently, man. Okay? We're seeing these things coming to pass. We know what the RFID microchip is, man. Okay? We're going to know not to take that chip, man. Lord willing, the Lord keep the spirit on us to endure, man. Okay? But you guys saying that?
Yeah. And I did a video yesterday. They already made the technology mandatory in India already. It's a mandatory. They got the technology to where when you go into and out the city and you go through the different tolls and stuff, it's RFID technology. You have to have that pass. You have to, or you can't go through. It's already mandatory. And as they roll it out more and more, that's basically like India and China is like the testing ground within India and Bangladesh.
Between that region,
There's a billion people in India.
Yep, and this, and China. So, it's being in China. So that's like a heavy testing ground. And that technology is mandatory now. So what's next? They're gonna use the implant, and that implant's going to be mandatory. But the thing right now is to get the infrastructure, to get the system. Once the system's set up, it's just about giving you the chip to actually access the system. But it's already mandatory. As a matter of fact, it goes mandatory December 1st. So December 1st in India, the RFID technology is mandatory.
They're going to bring in 2020 with a bang.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, so we see you closer and closer to getting up out of here, man. Okay? We're closer and closer to getting up out of here, man. For you people that can't see that this chip, is the mark of the beast, man. You people are blinded that can't see that, man. Because the RFID chip is the mark of the beast.
These other Israelite groups, man, as a Bach and all these guys, man. Hey, look, man. 2020 may be the end of these groups, man. It's too obvious now.
It's plain when we see the chip now, man. It's just more so now. It's being made mandatory, man. All right, that's all it is now because we see the chip, man.
Hey, I'm about to
seeing that prophecy coming to pass, man.
jump on the right doctrine. Just teach the right thing, man.
Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Yep. And who's going to be kept from the hour of temptation? Who's going to be able to get through it? Who's going to be able to endure it? Who's going to have the knowledge, wisdom, and stability, in those times? The elect, man. And why is that, man? Because they did what was commanded to them from Yahweh Shai. They came on the highways and byways, warning and teaching our people, man. Okay, they were doing these things, man. They were praying, fasting, having faith in Yahweh Shai. Okay? You continue on, man.
God, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
That's right, and we're trying to go on the test, man. So we know it's going to be made mandatory across the whole world, man. Not just America, who's Babylon the Great, man. Okay? That chip, is going to be around the world, man. They're the elites of Esau, Edom. They want everybody to take that chip, man. Okay? These things are happening, man. Okay? These prophecies are coming to pass. Like I was saying, these things are happening. So can we get Zechariah 13 and 8 off the shelf? Okay? Because, hey, man, we just have to continue. Lord will protect us in these times, man. All right? And, man, can you get Luke 18 and 8, bro? So you start at 8. No, yeah, 13 and 8.
This is Zechariah 13 and verse 8.
Yes.
And it shall come to pass that in all the land, says the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
That's right. That's 2/3 of our people are going to get cut off and die. All right? We already know this, man. Majority of our people that's over in America, who's Babylon the Great, not going to make it out of here, man. Okay? So, hey, man, that's why we are. We pushing this word out so the elect can get this and be sealed, man. Okay? We ain't trying to force, every individual to understand this, man. Okay? Because we're not trying to go against the will of Yahweh Shai. Okay? We already know that some is blinded, man. Our scriptures going to that in Isaiah 6 and 9, I believe, man. Okay?
2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd part shall be left therein.
That's right, but the 3rd part shall be left therein. That's the elect. The 1/3. All right, we're gonna, Lord willing, we're part of that number. We're gonna get delivered out of this place, man. Even though 2/3 of our people are gonna get cut off in that land in America's Babylon the Great.
Verse 9, and I will bring the 3rd part through the fire.
That's right, and I will bring the 3rd part through the fire. Okay, because we know, man, the ones of us that's still here, we're gonna have to go through Jacob's trouble. We're gonna have to go through the famine, the pestilence, the sword, when all hell break loose out here, so to speak. When the devil come down with great wrath, all these classified things that Esau Edom has, are will be shown in those times. Okay, these different drones, these different robots, whatever he has. We're gonna have to go through these things, man. Okay, but we're gonna have faith in Yahweh Shai. We're gonna be protected, and also we know those missiles are gonna come over here to America, which is Babylon the Great, man. The scripture going to it in 2 Peter.
To America, which is Babylon
the 1
the Great.
Peter,
That's the whole
4 and what is that? 18 about the righteous shall be scarcely saved. Okay, almost not. Because we're gonna have to go through all these things, man. All the way to those missiles are about to hit this place and we get beamed up out of here, man. All right, you continue on, man.
And we'll refine them as silver is refined.
That's right. We'll refine them as silver is refined, man. Okay, so we know that they're gonna be purified, man. The elect, man. Okay, we're going through our chastening right now. Lord will be a part of that number, man. Continue on.
And we'll try them as gold is tried.
That's right. We'll try them as gold is tried, man. We're going to be tested, man. Okay? The hour of temptation. We're going to have to go through all these things, man. All right? Some of us, hey, we don't know we might be in a FEMA camp, man. But we got to continue to hold it down, man. We got to have faith in Yahweh Shai. No matter if that chip is produced right there in our face, man. Got the needle right there, our head in the guillotine. We got to know that the Lord can deliver us out of that, man. Okay? That's our lot to go through that. We got to go through it, man. Okay? No matter what Esau tried to do to us, man. All right, the scripture going to it about fear not him that can kill the body, man. Who can kill the body? Esau Edom, man. Don't fear him, okay, but fear him that can destroy the soul and the body, man. Who's able to do that? Yahweh Shai. Okay, so that's who we're to fear, man. Okay, not Esau Edom, man. To hell with these devils, man. All right.
If I may say, that's why the Lord is chastising us, like the brother was saying, the way He's doing. Because why? By Him chastening the flesh and building our spirit up, it gets you to a place where, man, this ain't living. I don't give a fuck no way anyway. That spirit. So when the day comes and we going through this, we gonna be in that Job the 5th chapter spirit, laughing at famine and destruction, because we don't give a fuck. This ain't living. All right, we're punished and we die every day.
Yeah.
All right, and we go through that. So when it comes down to being faced with certain things, we pray to the Lord put that spirit on us. We say this with all humility, but really we don't give a fuck about this place, man.
That's right.
We ain't living. We ain't missing out on nothing. We're not living the riches. We're not living like Esau.
Yeah, it ain't like we got anything to lose.
We don't got shit
we
to
don't got
lose.
nothing to lose.
Security, financial
ain't got
security.
nothing.
Hell, you got people that's super rich that's miserable.
Right.
How much more a man in this poor state?
Thank you.
That's right, man. You know, because right now, man, we ain't in our glory, man. Are we not really living here? We don't got all type of cattle, land,
got shit.
all the women we want. We don't got none of that here, man. We subject to payments. Every month, you better believe you got a bill to pay, man.
Every day.
All right? Every day, man, you got a bill to pay. You come into this
I got
place
bills to
in
pay
debt.
right now.
All
Through
right?
the spirit, our cars got a bill on them just to come down here. We ain't got shit.
That's right, man. Just to come, what they want us to do? Pay parking, man. Okay? This ain't our rest, man. All right, so matter of fact, can we get that in Luke, Robert Michelle?
And will try them as gold is tried.
Yeah.
They shall call upon my name, and I will hear them.
That's right. Who's going to call upon the Lord's name? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. All right, in the time of trouble, man. All right, we're going to call upon the name of the Lord, man. A lot of you people, how you going to call on his name if you don't even believe in him, man? A lot of you people are still calling on Christ, going to these harlot houses, all right, doing what you want to do, listening to them false pastors. How you going to call on his name then, man? Okay?
Right.
You can't try to say all of a sudden, I believe now. All right? You know, when you ain't been showing yourself to believe, man. Like I was saying, the script's going to about faith without works is dead, man.
Right.
Okay? You continue on now.
God, I will say that it's my people,
Yep.
and they shall say, the Lord is my power.
That's right. That's what we're going to say. Lord willing, we get delivered up out of here, man. The Lord is our power, man. Okay? Because the Lord can deliver us from all these things, man. All right, you can get that in Luke 18, Mark Michelle.
This is Luke 18, chapter 18, verse 8. I tell you that he will avenge them speedily.
Yep.
Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on earth.
That's right. Who's going to avenge us speedily? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Because we know the Lord is coming quickly, man. Our scripture's going to it about the Lord. Our Lord will deliver us up out of here. So can you read that from the top again, Baruch Shah?
God, this is Luke 18 and 8.
Yep.
I tell you that he will avenge them speedily.
Yep.
Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth.
That's right. When the Son of Man coming, shall he find faith on the earth, man. All right, because we know, man, when our Lord Yahushua returns, we're gonna be in Jacob's trouble. The famine, the pestilence, the sword, all these things are gonna be going on. People are gonna be in FEMA camp. Okay, dead bodies all throughout the street.
Yep.
Okay, pestilence all out here, man. People perishing from the famine, cannibalism. All these things are gonna be going on here, man. Okay, the RFID chip will be made mandatory. There's gonna be a lot of people with the chip. Okay, but hey, man, the elect will still have that hope, man. They're gonna continue to have faith in Yahweh Shah. Like I know the Lord is coming. The Lord is about to deliver us, man. Right, all the way until the end, man.
Hey, all you gotta do is look at what's going on in South America right now. In South America is exactly what this brother talking about. People are rioting, protesting, killing one another. They can't eat. They can't get no medical supplies. They're coming against the government. The government's coming against them. That's everything that's in the scriptures that is talking about. Those are prophecies.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like that Foot Locker commercial.
Oh, right. Is that right? Right.
It's gonna be like
Uh-huh.
if you watch that commercial.
The new Foot Locker commercial.
Everybody in the commercial, all the jakes was what? This is the greatest week ever. That's gonna be the elect.
Yep.
The elect, that's how the elect gonna be moving to the world. Nonchalant,
Yeah.
not worried,
It's the
happy.
end of the world.
Yeah.
It's the end of the world.
They was getting
Yep.
beamed
Yep.
up. And who was bitching in the commercial? Esau.
Yep.
This is the worst part.
Because they know, simultaneously, we know when the elect is being beamed up out of here, a lot of you wicked people are going to be getting zapped, getting destroyed by that concentrated fire, come from the chariots. All right, a lot of you people are going to get destroyed by those missiles, but the elect will be raised, delivered up out of here, man, when our Lord Yahushua returns, man. All right?
Shall see.
Yep, that's right, man. Even those that pierced him, man. Okay? You know? Matter of fact, you guys can do this.
The whole
This
commercial.
is Zephaniah 1 and 14.
Exactly what we be
The
talking
great day of the Lord is near. It is near.
Yep.
And hastily greatly.
Yep.
Even the voice of the day of the Lord.
Yep.
The mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
Yep, the mighty man should cry their bitterly, man. Okay? And we also know, man, when our Lord returns, he's going to come from the east, man. Okay? We know the armies of the earth are going to be gathered together in the valley of Jehoshaphat. In the Hebrew, that's Yahweh Shaphat, which is Yahweh's judgment. Okay? The mighty men, a lot of those are going to be afraid. They're going to be scared. And also the mighty man over here, man. Okay? These people are going to be afraid, man. So can you read every time you about the show?
John, this is Zephaniah 1 and 14. The great day of the Lord is near,
Yep.
it is near,
Yep.
and hasteth greatly.
Yep.
Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
Yep.
That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation.
That's right. You know, the scriptures go into it in Isaiah, the 66th chapter, about the slain of the Lord shall be many. There's going to be a lot of people getting put to death. Okay, a lot of these people perishing from these different plagues that are sent upon the earth. Okay, a lot of you people are going to be troubled, man. You're going to be afraid, man.
That's right.
Okay.
Everybody's going to be afraid.
Yep. Yep. That's right.
They're
Everybody's
already
gonna be
here.
afraid. But we know the elect, even but we know the elect will be delivered, man. That's going to be the difference between the elect of Israel and the rest of you people. Yeah, we may be afraid, but we know, Lord willing, we do what we're supposed to do and continue to have faith. We're going to get delivered, man.
That's
All right, and I'm going to get one more. Can you get that in Isaiah? Continue on.
A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness.
Yeah, a day of clouds and thick darkness. Okay? Like I was saying, you know, she was going to it about the day of the Lord of darkness and not light, man. Okay? You know, a lot of these people are expecting the Lord to come back, you know, and everybody just happy, rejoicing, getting beat up. No, man, a lot of these people are going to be afraid, getting put to death. A man crying like a woman in travail, all right, screaming, not knowing what to do. Yep, all that, man. Yep, men's hearts failing for fear.
It ain't no West Coast
Bloodshed, man. The scriptures go into it about the blood unto the horse's bridle. There's about to be a lot of bloodshed. A lot of people getting put to death out here, man. Yeah, we ain't telling you these smooth things, man. So can we get, you got that, brother, in Isaiah?
You got a question?
Oh, I want to say it's an honor, but the Israelites, I only see them on like Instagram or TV, but seeing y'all in person is like an honor. And I don't know as much, but I know a little. I know that the people that's indigenous, not the ones that you see. Not them, and then also the ones that's in America. They say Native Americans, the ones that look Hispanic, but a different breed of Hispanic.
But when you look at the sun, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans,
that's what I looked at. And I looked at my history. The most powerful man in the world is a black man that is educated with the Israelites. And by thinking about it, when Christopher, the Italian word of Spanish word Christopher, Columbus came over in 1492, the ending of the Moorish Empire in 1492, January, when he came October. And when he came over here, he came to, well, he didn't come over to America, but he came to Bahamas. The Bahamas.
It's
So
in the
he saw
Dominion.
Negroes. He saw, and then the Caribbean was full of people that looked like me. And then with America in 1516, a Viking came to America. And then that's when shit hit the fan.
Right.
And but at the same time, the white man, he always says that we came over on boats. Like there was millions of like on one boat, like side by side each other, and the diseases and
Speaking about Negroes, right?
yeah, for the Africans in West Africa,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. And I realized that every face on the globe, we are there. In Asia, and Europe, and Russia.
Can I ask you a question? You said it didn't make sense. Questioning the authenticity of waves of slaves coming across the Atlantic Ocean over here?
Yes, because the thing is, y'all go back there, the thing is, it makes sense how they said about a million slaves.
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, a million slaves came to America.
Yeah. 1611.
1620, I think.
Yeah, around 1620.
Yeah.
It's 90% of the Africans from West Africa came to America, but it was mainly the South Americans in there. But 10% came to America.
Which that's actually true. That's accurate when dealing with the transatlantic slave trade. That Negroes were hauled against their will. You actually, if you can look it up, it's the doorway of in West Africa. That would be the actual import route that Negroes would be transported. Now, of course, there's not a lot of so-called tangible evidence in 2019 going to 2020's time of so-called boats, which they actually have some. If you actually do a thorough research, you have this one individual a couple months back. He actually he found certain wooden plaques I would say wooden plaques of the actual slave folks, and they did their Old Testament and layouts, and they was actually like, this is the actual piece of an actual slave ship.
And where they actually found the slave ship this year. Right out of Alabama.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
What, the
they
Clotilda?
found the Clotilda. They found the slave ship. See what happened? See, the white man tried to bury all the slave ships. He tried to dump them in. He tried to destroy
He's a
them. The
criminal.
slave ships are here, right? And that would be evidence
It's
to
evidence against him.
right. It's evidence against them. Okay, but they found the slave ship. They found, matter of fact, the Clotilda was the so-called last slave ship that sailed from West Africa, and it docked in around the Baton Rouge area. It was in the Gulf of Mexico between Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, and that region. And they sunk the ship. But they found the ship, they unearthed it, and now I believe they got it, they put it in a museum. They did find the ship.
Because they had the slave ship, because of white supremacy and all that, they would most definitely have that slave ship to have the mindset and subconsciousness of having us have the type of fear of saying that where we came from, we are, like you say, 3/4 man. But at the same time, we are God.
Right.
So why should we listen to, how you say, somebody that came from us that's less than
That's true.
As far as listening to him, as far as the transatlantic slave, but it's actually historical and it's also biblical. See, that's the thing about it. It's not something that we speculate and we just saw basically like a question mark on our heads as far as the transatlantic slave trade, what was we imported and exported as slaves. That was actually documented. It's historically evident. You have actual tangible artifacts. You have locations in West Africa that show that. And to be honest, it's still going on now. If you want to deal with people that's actually being trafficked, it's not like 2 or 3 people getting trafficked a year from one side of the country to the next. People, so-called Negroes, Latin Americans are still being pushed from one side of the country to the next, but it's just not as heavily documented. It's still going on.
It's not in the media.
You
Yeah.
see, they still being hauled in cargo from one side of the earth to the next, and it's being funded. You see, like the Jews trafficking is still.
Oh, Jeffrey Epstein, that whole thing.
Matter of fact,
Sex trafficking.
I know the African.
well, I just want to say that as far as trafficking goes, I think sex trafficking is one of the top 3 most lucrative forms of trafficking. You got arms trafficking,
Drug trafficking, and sex trafficking. Yep.
So of course, it's been going on since the beginning of time. But we do want to get the scripture to actually support everything we're saying. We could go back into points and go all over the place, but the measurement stick is the Bible.
I got
This is as far as the study of the soul. The Bible is the study of the soul.
Well, actually, when you go into the word Bible, it just means Biblio, just means
Just mean books.
like the book of Genesis, the Exodus, the Leviticus, all those things written by the multiple books written by multiple men that was compiled into one major book, which is the Holy Bible. See?
It's essentially a library.
A library.
all right, so this is Deuteronomy 28. If you don't mind, I'm gonna read Deuteronomy 28 and
Around 64.
yeah, I'm gonna read that. Deuteronomy 28 and 15 first.
Okay, yeah.
All right, and it says, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and do all his commandments and his statutes.
Right. Are you familiar who gave the Israelites the commandments? Moses gave the Israelites the commandments. That's correct. And when he gave the Israelites the commandments, he told them basically, if you obey and do the right thing, you will be God's eyes on earth. Your enemies will serve you. Your enemies will pay tribute. They will basically, worship the ground that you walked on. But if you disobey these commandments, do you know how many commandments there are?
I would say 10, but it's more. I believe there's more.
It's actually 613. So the embodiment of commandments is only the 10 commandments. But as far as the commandments, if they were to disobey, we're just saying, today's time, the 10 commandments, the commandments of the Bible, then they would actually have to fall under specific curses. All right, and from the 15th verse all the way on down, it goes into very, very detailed curses that will happen to not only Negroes, Haitians, and Jamaicans, but also Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Panamanians, the list goes on and on.
We see everybody from the rest of the ocean.
Yeah,
Basically.
Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Right.
I remember a girl, she told me, because she asked me about my name, because my name is Joshua. It's pronounced with Ryan Joshua. So she was like, she asked about my name, asked me if I was Jewish. I said no, Hebrew too, and she told me about it. Like she, about the 12. Yeah, from Israel.
Right.
So I was like, I didn't know that much about it, but I looked at it.
So yeah, so the spirit, that's why we're in the right. That's why we actually are out here. Hopefully,
Reading on, it says, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now I'm going to skip down to verse, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And it says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right, so this is the book of Deuteronomy. When you read Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers, the Israelites are leaving Egypt by actual, I would say, mobile travel, by actually the ground. On foot. Moses actually led, Moses and Aaron and Miriam, they actually led the children of Israel out of Egypt by foot, you know, as you know, through the Red Sea to the land of Israel. And from them not cooperating, Moses said that you will go back to Egypt again. Read that over.
Yep. It's Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And it says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right. So are you familiar with Egypt, when the Israelites was in Egypt?
Somebody's Bible got a map in the back of it. So,
because basically the Israelites were the main thing the Israelites were known for in Egypt was being in captivity. You know, when Moses actually led them, he said, let my people go, you know. So when they was in Egypt, Egypt is known as bondage, or it's known as captivity.
Right there at the bottom.
So where we at?
Oh, you can flip the page too.
Okay, Egypt is right here. Now you have Jerusalem or Israel. Now the Israelites, they were in
what was it?
Goshen.
Goshen. They was in Goshen.
That was like northeast, right?
So they would actually walk from here, and they was actually in the land of Israel. All right. But basically, it was a lot of routes. They had to go through the wilderness of Zin for 40 years. It's a lot of history. Actually, you know, whenever you get the chance, you know, you have to sit down and read, of course. But just hitting, you know, just jump points. But basically, the mission was to go from this location, northwest Egypt, or northeast Egypt, further east unto the Holy Land, which is Israel. And as they didn't listen and comply with Moses, a prophecy was to come to pass in latter times that Israel would actually go into bondage again. You see? Can you read a little bit more? Because it's going to go into detail, you know? It's context clues. This is what we're dealing with. So Egypt is known as bondage. He said we're going to go again in bondage. But how continue?
With ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Right. So it said that you're going to go into bondage again with ships. Now, when you're dealing with biblical captivities, we went in under captivity a numerous amount of times in the Bible. You read about the captivity of Babylon. You read about the captivity of the Persians and the Medes, the Greeks, the Romans, the Assyrians. But there's no time where it's biblically a major thing where Israelites are being hauled against their will on slave ships. The major thing that happened in today's time that everybody knows of is the transatlantic slave trade. All right, what's the word transatlantic? It's the switch from the Atlantic. They got imported from one part of the earth. They got exported and they got imported.
Well, because it was both. That's a misconception too. The transatlantic slave trade. It only affected Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians. All right, because that's one way where they try to separate us too as a nation. Because it's like FedEx. Or truck drivers, right? Like if you're a truck driver and I drive a load from Georgia to California, I only made money when I was carrying a load. So what are you going to do when you get to California? You're going to bring a load from California right back here to make your money. It was the same exact thing during the transatlantic slave trade. They took the three nations, and we could get that too in Revelation, the three stars that fell. Those three nations, those three tribes right here, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, was brought from the west coast of Africa over here. But at the same time, when those ships got over here, they went right back over to the other side. Ephraim, Gad, and those other nations, other tribes, I should say, right back over there. You got to go.
Really, when the northern kingdom, they really went over first.
Yeah,
that's right.
Columbus came over, he discovered these people, and then he brought those people back.
And then the mayhem started.
It's a triangle.
It's traffic.
It's,
Right, they call it the triangular slave trade.
Yeah, it's-
Somebody was going back and forth.
North America to Europe.
Europe.
Europe
Pull
to
that
North
up.
America
To
to
Africa.
Africa.
Yep.
South America.
It's
South America, yeah.
triangle.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Triangle.
it's slave trade as well. Yeah, so and it's sad.
Hey, but it had to happen.
Yeah, it had to happen.
This week, everything happens for
Everything happens for a specific reason. And Moses forewarned us that if we weren't to cooperate with the law, statutes, and commandments, we would have to fall under these atrocities. And slave ships is one of many things. You know, the Bible is very, very detailed on what happens to our people. It said that we would be called proverbs and bywords, which in today's time we're known as what? Niggas, spits, wetbacks,
African American.
There's so many negative terms that's actually thrown around people. I mean, that's a topic for another time, but that's still an example of many points in the curses that of the punishment that Moses wrote that we fall under.
Good. Thou shalt see it no more again.
Thou shalt see it no more again, meaning our holiness. So when we got traffic from one part of the earth to the next, we never went back to the land of Israel. All right, and when we was here, what happened? We got our nationality beat up. Well, that's in the Bible. Jeremiah 17:4. See, you go hold that.
So he just showing the map.
Okay,
Yeah. I got a preset too.
I hate to cut you off, but I have to.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I wanted to just in the presence of like, honestly, it's like seeing you because I don't. It's not any true Israelites that know the history that's out here. You know, we live in a day and time where individuals like they just take the name of African American.
Yeah.
They don't look into it. But you have to think about it like my grandmother. She was black, so I'm like, I'm not. I hate to say it like this, but I'm not African. I'm Native American because my people came up there. However, by the end of the day, I came from Africa. We all damn near came from Africa. However, it's more of Africa. We are melanin descent. We're Africa's roots, and then North America, Native Americans or indigenous is the tree. And we'll
We just gotta learn.
We need to spread it out and spread our leaves to our season.
Well, through the Spirit, it's time for our. Through the Spirit, if you would be a Gadite or a Reubenite, which are the native tribes in the nation of Israel.
Or do it by your father.
Yeah, what are your
Which is
father?
through the Spirit, if it's of your father, well, you know.
My father, he got a little bit of similar.
I was gonna say because through the Spirit, really,
Yeah.
I knew that he was gonna say that because really, Native American men really through the Spirit only deal with women of the native tribes, really.
Yeah.
But that's why I was like through the Spirit. But like the point of it all is that we gotta wake up to the fact of who we are, and that's why we're out here. So this is no different than every last one of these brothers out here, because the Lord said what, that He would set up an enzyme for our people in this nation, in this land. All right, Isaiah the 19th chapter. So this is important to wake up to the fact through the Spirit you might be a Gadite or you're Israelite. That's the main point, is to wake up to the fact that you're an Israelite and that you're part of God's chosen people.
But yeah, so, like the brother she was just now asking to be edified as far as the slaves that was actually here. Now, of course, like I told you before, you can actually read that, Native Americans that were supporting against their will. It was like, but opposed them, and it was so much that until the conditions of the Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans to the point where we're at now. That's why people have so many complexes. That's why they feel the way they feel, because they have been through such an atrocity, which is known as slavery. You have some more on that?
Yeah, there's a little bit more on that. And it says, and thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man.
Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, when they were on those auction blocks, they would be actually sold. Oh, you can get that in what? Joel.
Thank y'all, my brother. Y'all be
All
blessed, all
right,
right?
all right, you too.
Yeah, when Joel speaks specifically on how they sold a boy for a harlot, because they might drink. You see, so when we was on those auction blocks, either you were actually sold and purchased through finances or coin, or through trade, whether it was sugar cane, whether it was cash crops or crops, for barter, whether it was for lumber, whether it was for any type of material, textiles, or anything of that nature, any type of resources, you were being sold basically, because you were also a resource. That's right. You see? So slavery's not going away. That's why slavery's not going away.
This kind of reminded me of the NBA. Some players get traded for a draft pick next year.
Or cash.
Right.
Yep.
You get traded for a draft.
And
You're
give you
worth,
what?
you're worth the draft pick
What the draft?
next year.
They might trade 2 or 3 players for a player.
One. Yep.
For one. That's what something.
That's an auction block.
Yeah, you got to think about moving living styles.
You get transported from one team to the next.
Yeah.
You no longer represent Texas.
What you reading?
Or New York. Now you represent Georgia. Now you represent California. See, you being transported, but it's on a minor level. But Jake can't get the layout from a global level, man. Because what? Jake is stuck in the square that they're living in. They're stuck on their block. Their lot. Their lot. You see? But it's bigger, man. And the so-called white man is doing all these things under our noses, man. A lot of things that the so-called white man does is being blacklisted. They pay for the media, so they have a lot of numbers deducted, where you don't see how many people are actually being transported, being trafficked. Hey, if they say 100,000 people have been trafficked out of Atlanta, it might be 1 million, man. Always amplify them numbers dealing with the devil, man, because he's the devil, he's the deceiver. But you had something?
I had something too.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you get Isaiah 22:18. The one I had called.
This is Isaiah chapter 22,
He started 17.
verse 17. Behold, the Lord will carry thee away with a mighty captivity and will surely cover thee.
I wanted him to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we wanted to do. Hey, well, I gave it, if he watched it, he'll read it because I just gave him the page. So if you watch, yeah. Lord willing, he get to hear it.
Verse 18. He will surely violently turn and toss thee like a ball into a large country.
Yeah, so when them big waves was actually hitting the big boats or the ships that they were in was rocking with the waves. And you being at the bottom, you would rock all over the place. Throwing up, and what happens? Most people get seasick when they're hitting all those waves. You see? And you got to think of today's times now where
A lot of Jake's
you might
claustrophobic. A lot of Jake do
have
get
been on
seasick
a
because of what happened on
or you might be on these different ships that actually have the dynamics laid out as far as the comfortability, and people still get seasick.
Yeah, they do.
Think about them rusty ass boats that was just built to actually get from one side to the next and to haul a lot of people, man.
Yeah, you got to think too.
My dad said he used to get sick on car rides.
Broke ass boats that were built. They probably had leaks. Water coming in, with water and moisture comes bacteria in there. So you just sitting there in that book. It shows you that on that goodbye of the home.
Yep.
And then how long was the duration of time for them to get from West Africa to America? Maybe a couple of months, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You can look up the time.
Yeah, you can find it, yeah.
And that's why through the spirit, when you
been
go
like
into the
3 or
history,
4
see, that's
months.
where, if he would have stayed a
3 or
little
4
longer, we could have got deeper into it. That's where you get these
Right.
BOBs and these super conscious niggas that think they know something, that try to dispute the fact that slaves being moved from one side of the world, transported to one side of the world to the other because of the history of boats. See, in Britain, when you go into the British were the first ones to ban the selling of slaves being transported from one side of the world. Why? Because during that history, boats were starting to do what? Become steamboats. If Esau was able to transport that many slaves with them rinky ass boats, imagine if he could really use some steam engine boats and shit.
It would have got here in like a month.
It would have been an Israelite left in Africa.
Nah,
He would have transported the whole world over here. So the Lord had to put a cut point on it.
Yep.
So when the British put a ban on that, because that was a big part of history. And what happened to Esau? Get your Uncle Tom, you get your different way of breeding. That's where it happened, and that's why it became a thing. They try to say, well, we were already over here in great numbers. Yes and no.
Right, yes and
Yes
no.
and no. We were over here in great numbers, but at the same time, man, Esau had to be stopped. If Esau would have had the capability, man, he would have shipped billions of Israelites.
And then, just going into that, see, the tribes were here. The tribes, you got different tribes of the same people. You had certain tribes that came from West Africa. You had certain tribes, such as the Native Americans, the Seminoles that were already here. And when you look at it, it's like, oh yeah, that's us. Well, it is us, but it's a different family, a different clan, a different tribe. But even then, okay, during the medieval times, our people was doing trade back and forth, coming over here. Okay? Even certain North Africans were coming over here. and then going back, even all the way to Solomon time. So you had a number of people here, but there's a specific. See, the prophecies are specific in naming who was coming over here at what time, why, and how, and that's what we're teaching. You know,
Beautiful. Right.
It's 2 to 3 months.
2 to 3 months, yeah.
Yeah, so that 2 to 3 month time span, those Negroes were growing sick. A lot of them were growing restless. You watch certain movies and you see them actually jumping off the slave boats, and that's why we always go into how so many sharks would actually follow those slave boats to actually get a meal, man. You see, that wasn't an easy thing, and you brought a good, beautiful point as far as Britain goes. And one other thing as far as Britain goes, or America goes, is it was so many slaves that kind of having too many slaves, it can overwhelm the slave masters. You have the slaves get into the spirit of revolt. Right. You know, a lot of those slaves were very, very stubborn, and they were not easy to break. That's why you had the what's the book?
Trying to think of what's the name of the book? How to break a slave?
Oh, the Willie Lynch letters?
Willie Lynch. I said yeah.
Tom, but that's what I meant. The Willie Lynch letter, which Willie Lynch, I think he came from Europe. He was a European slave master, and he basically knew the layout on it, basically the science of how to break a slave. And he was basically telling the plantation owners here in America, like, y'all really don't have it down pat how y'all supposed to. You know, the slaves that are acting restless, they acting up against y'all don't have the proper formula to break a slave. So I'm gonna give you the proper formula how to break a slave. So obviously they had to show you that.
Yeah, in the beginning when they hit the table and they talk about
Good Uncle Tom, yeah.
Well, that part where the woman had all them slaves in her house, and the guy was like, I enjoy my stay, but you have too many slaves in the house.
Oh,
You
yeah.
need to learn how to, there should only be 5 slaves in here doing one task.
Who's another devil, if I may say, brother, that people don't add on to that list of Willie Lynch? Is John Wesley. When you get Wesley Chapel, the street Wesleyan University down in South Georgia, he was another one that came over from Europe, and he specifically was doing what Willie Lynch was doing to like the Negroes, to the slaves. He was doing the same thing to Gad and Reuben, like retraining the mind. That's where you get the church, that Methodist church, denomination of church is a real strenuous religion, and that's what he was putting on Gad and Reuben. That's why you got a Wesley Chapel, Wesleyan University, these high schools, because his ass was coming.
that's a lesson right there, but you got to
And that's why you gotta know your history.
Yeah, you gotta
You have to know that history. It's very, very important. Because Jake just overlooks, and they want to put in a Medea film. Put us in entertainment, watching Kung Fu.
really hear us curse, really. People want to hear us curse.
right.
Talk shit. Controversy.
This is Isaiah chapter 22, verse 18. He will surely violently turn and toss thee like a ball into a large country.
Yeah, so think about you being violently turned and tossed. Turned and tossed as a ball in a strange country for the space of 3 months. And you're amongst individuals that that's not getting proper showers in 3 months. You're amongst individuals that's actually menstruating. Right? There was a lot of women on those slave ships, and they wasn't actually getting their tampons. You know, they're getting their proper nourishment so they can actually smell good on those.
The cloth, they had no cloth.
They didn't have no cloth.
It's 3 periods you had to deal with women.
Yeah.
Multiple women.
Yeah, with multiple women.
Yeah.
Probably giving birth.
Oh, they were giving birth on
giving
those
birth.
slave ships, and people would throw up. And you probably had one or two guys
Diarrhea.
that might. I'm just saying that if anything, that might have kind of cleaned it, and then
Allowed to.
yeah, just do a little scrub and throw a little bit of
Just throw the water on them.
and get the hell on. That's it. Flies and all kind of because what attracts when sicknesses and all kind of germs and things summon, what attracts them? Flies and things of that nature. Flies and all kind of bugs. Which a lot of those bugs were actually in those slave ships. You actually watch movies and you see how
Roaches?
mice would actually be in certain parts of the slave ship. So you being chained down and you can hardly even move, and you got all kind of rats, you got all kind of mice.
Roaches was on the ships.
Big ass roaches biting on you.
The roaches that Jake deal with, those are German roaches because they came from the ships.
Yeah.
And they, you know, they already multiply. They all over America now.
Yeah, Tina got to ask all you need mice. And that's why, because the thing is about slavery, it builds hatred within you. When you actually see what happened to us as a people, you start to see, oh man, this is the enemy. So-called white men, there is no point where it's like we can negotiate and be friends. It's blood for blood at this point. You shed the blood of our forefathers, we have to shed the blood of you. That's the even trade. Some more?
There shalt thou die, and there the chariots of thy glory shall be shamed of thy Lord's house.
Yeah, see, it says, there shalt thou die. All right, when the Negroes was here, they worked until the point of death. You had certain Negroes dealing historically that didn't even have clothes until 12 years old. They was basically walking around slave plantations, butt-ass naked. And the so-called white man liked it like that. Yep. You see the so-called black man's rod dangling, you know? And then you might get to a certain age and then they castrate you and set you over certain parts of the household.
Just being drunk. Edomite just being drunk and just having the desire to do it.
Yep. Then you would have certain plantation masters that will come and grow, depending on how big the plantation party is. Plantation house might be this goddamn big, man.
Real.
And you have all kind of
Candyland.
Yeah, Candyland.
Yeah, Candyland, yeah.
Then you got all kind of weirdo devils coming to your plantation, and they're gonna take them to the back to show them some good witches to lay with and have a good time. And they get on some
Like in Django.
Yeah, like in Django. They get on some liquor and they just have a rape fest, man.
And brother, we know that this was happening back then because it's happening now. This is Atlanta, Georgia. Again, we're gonna repeat that. The biggest thing now is sex trafficking. And I had a teacher when I was going to Georgia State. And her thing to us class was, listen, you think all these conventions and boat shows and merchandise shows and jewelry shows, whatever, comes to the city of Atlanta because of the skyline? No, because it's a freak-off city, man. You come here and get your freak on. It's a chocolate city. There's more strip clubs here than anywhere. It's more strip clubs per square miles here in Atlanta. The only place that rivals here is Tokyo. This is a sex demonic city, man. All right, children, you come over here, you come from Pittsburgh and you got a thing for little boys. You can come here and you get you a little boy. You want a little girl, you can get you a little girl. Black boy, white boy. That's the whole Pizzagate, man. It's happening today.
I said Jeffrey Epstein, that whole
same
thing.
shit, same devils coming back in the reincarnation with the same freaky
Trump,
vile spirits.
Trump and all them coming down here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Which, supposedly for to get the vote. But what about all the times Obama was coming down here? You know what I'm saying? He was in office. It was an election year because they're coming down here to freak off.
Get some of the best cocaine.
When he came and got with Kanye and them, he probably made a 2-3 hour public appearance, but behind the scenes, they showing him. No, that's what it was. Tyler Perry. When he came and Tyler Perry was the one showing Obama around. Now he got the money to have this big. Ain't no telling. Y'all remember that? Now he got that big studio complex down there. Ain't no telling what goes on down there behind the. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, right. They had the Democratic debate there. Now what are they doing? It's private. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, we ain't stupid, man.
Come on, man.
Or
this ain't be your own people.
And we knew these things that happened back then. You can read it in documents and you know it now. It happened in Rome. It happened in Greece. It happened in Babylon. Why the hell is not happening in America? Like, oh no, America is just this holy place where there is no pedophiles. We know these things to be true. You got that?
It's Isaiah chapter 47, verse 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hand.
But the thing is, when you think about it, we had to piss the Lord the hell off.
Oh, what?
We had to be some extreme fuck-ups, man. I have to say. The things that we did to even fall under captivity where the men are getting raped, it's like, damn, that's punishment. That's a horrible punishment.
Like, what did we do?
We did a lot, man.
Shit.
Blaspheme, disrespected, choked the righteous kings. Or what did it say?
Killed the prophets.
The Jerusalem that killed us the prophets. Men that actually that rose up, beat times in your nation. But you still denied the people that was actually there to nourish you, and you ran to the hands of the captain. All right, and the Lord said, all right, the captain has free will to deal with you for the space of this and that many years, man, until the time of your freedom. And the so-called white man said, I got this and that amount of time. All right, I'm running it up. That's all I need. He did whatever you wanted, from recreating your whole mindset, psychologically programming you, torturing you. Like I said, raping your women, the little boys, men, and children, all of us, and that's what you see today. And we're a byproduct of all these things that occurred unto us. That's why I said, as a people, we are the lowest people, man.
That's right.
There is no nation that's lower than us. Amongst the Negroes, you could put 10 Negroes in one room, and all of them got a different nationality. All of them got a different doctrine, a different theory, a different religion that they go by, and none of them will agree, even if they're in the midst of the truth. And you see how many of us have is teaching the truth, and our people blatantly deny that. When it's coming out of the book that you all embrace.
That's right.
That you all say, all right, this is God's book. This is the book that the Heavenly Father, prescribed and inscribed for us to read, and these times to be holy, I would say, in unity with them.
Thou didn't show them no mercy.
Yeah, a so-called white man showed us no mercy. It's good to watch those movies. Watch those movies like Raw. Watch those movies like Mandingo. If a slave will run away because he's getting beat, guess what? You're getting your foot chopped off. You're getting your arm chopped off. And you get going on the worst punishment. And they're going to make you worry why you have a missing foot. And what happens? They want you to actually pull forth the same amount as you did with 2 feet.
Egypt.
Knowing damn well you can't do it. I think you watched that in 12 Years a Slave with Solomon Northup when they was out cotton picking. A lot of those jakes wasn't producing enough, and they would get their asses beat. And the next day they would have to go out and pick. And those whips, man, shit, they would tear through, damn near tear through to hit the bone, man. And they would constantly whip you. They would take a rest, and they would keep you strapped up on that tree. It ain't like, all right, the whipping is done. You get free. Nah. Some of them would be left to the morning, to the next day, sometimes days.
And pour alcohol on it.
Pour alcohol on it.
Sure. No salt. Open wound.
Yeah, look at the cattle nine tails. Look at the bull whip. Those whips look like a bull whip. It was actually literally for a bull. Literally used for a bull. And that's why they call it what? Buck breaking. The bigger the Jake, the more that they would do to try to break him down. And you would have the tough 6'8" Jakes that basically were traumatized, man. To the point where they're not gonna say nothing. And you would have certain Jakes that would actually want to still raise up, like, yeah, let's get against this safe, the so-called white man, he's actually beating us down. Let's raise up. And it would be a 6'8" nigga in the corner, like, you see what he just did to me. When you see him break down, you like, everybody gonna fall. It is like that. What happens? That throws up the morale. It makes it like, they did this nigga that good too. The biggest nigga off 3 miles. It's like the biggest nigga we got. They don't even Shaq. Yeah. It's fucking Shaq. They don't even want to do nothing. Well, how about that like that?
Damn.
Them niggas double your size. He in the goddamn corner sucking his thumb, man.
Damn.
Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Yeah, upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And that represents what the brother said, the joint around their neck.
Yeah, the yoke iron.
And they had different styles of the yoke of iron. It wasn't just one yoke, like a conventional yoke around your neck. They had
collar.
Like a little dog collar. They had the ones that actually had the big ass bells. They had the ones that
around your head.
They had different, like had the ones you couldn't run away. They had the hooks on that one. They had the big little hooks on it, looking like dominatrix devices and shit.
Or like that mask off when like Future, that whole mask when it looked like Bane, and they had the whole shit covering your whole mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's how they used to put on slaves too.
They even had yokes for little children. Like Esau's little children to put them on leashes.
That's it. You have the long one. Like how the hell did the trees? Yeah, run away. You can't run through the trees.
If you think about Jake rappers rap about wearing Cuban kilo, which is about 2 pounds. Jay be complaining about that hurting their neck, man. Imagine them shit's probably 10 pounds of iron around your neck.
All day, every day.
All day, every day.
Man.
So-called white man feeding them scraps off the table. You watch that in the movie all the time. You have the little boy that's in the bottom under the table and the damn chewing gum.
Yeah.
So-called white men treat us like animals, man.
And he want us to forgive him.
Yeah, he want us to forgive him and actually, appreciate our 9 to 5. Appreciate that so-called white man gave us $1 raise. Nigga, you stole our whole life. Right? You stole the world from us, and you want us to appreciate getting paid fucking $15 an hour, man. Which ain't a damn thing. Is it on there?
I had one. This was Ezekiel 28 and 5. Just because we was going this earlier, but it says, "By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic, thou hast increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches."
Yeah, and we were trafficked against our will. If you had a woman, that you actually had a strong affection to, and you loved your kids, the so-called white man was still separated, man. Basically tearing your heart in half, man. A woman you grew up with, a woman you actually have been with your whole life, and she's getting imported or getting sold to goddamn Maryland. Where who knows what, Negroes didn't know directions then. Django. Yeah, Django. And you over here in South Georgia working your ass off. And you don't have nothing to show for. Slavery is one of the worst things, it is the worst thing that actually happened to our people. And like I said, it ain't just a black thing, it happened to you Latinos and Native Americans.
That's right.
The reason why they actually came to West Africa is because a lot of those natives were dying, man. They put a lot of those Native Americans in captivity and they couldn't deal with a lot of that hell. Plus the so-called white man was malnourished, working them literally to death, 20 hours a day. You gotta think, building up the groundwork of America, that's the hardest part. Whenever you're starting something, see now we in 2019 going into 2020, you have what, the Industrial Revolution, where you have industry, you have machinery that partially workforce does majority of the labor work. Back then, if you was a worker, you had to fucking work tooth and nail, man. You literally had to dig in the dirt. You had to actually use the minimal tools that you actually had to actually produce. And think about cutting down lumber. Think about chopping down trees and things. That's
Splitting wood.
Splitting wood. That's hard now.
That's hard now.
Hard as shit now.
This shit make you strong. That's a workout.
That's what I'm saying. But now, what, like the brother's saying, they have machines. They have wood splitters, where the pressure of it splits it. But back then, it was shoulders, chest, and biceps and triceps and abs.
Working goddamn 18 hours.
Real.
You might get you a little, 30-minute break. And Jake wasn't getting no breaks, man. Break what? Breaks didn't come to damn near now. Yeah, break is when it's done. And then they might slide you a thing of porch. Lord knows what the hell is in it.
Oh, hey, well, brother, if you watch this movie dealing with, I forget his name, he was like a Martin Luther King for Issachar. It was like Caesar.
Oh, Cesar Chavez.
Cesar, yeah, him. Which I believe he was set up by Esau.
Yeah.
He was like Martin Luther King for the people. Yeah. But when you watch that movie, they show you with Issachar when he was out in California or Texas or wherever it was working in fields, that Esau would pay them shit on the dollar, pay them pennies on the dollar to work the field like how you do now. But then he come out with his truck and he had like water jugs on the back. And he charged him top dollar to give him water, working his fields. Damn. Now that even in the worst of us, even as us, we have an Edomite might come to your house and work. You're gonna offer him water to drink. Hey, I appreciate the heavy work you're doing on my house. Here's a cup of water to keep you going. Esau will come up on you and charge you water to work his field. That just shows you the level of hate, that perpetual hate he has for us.
There's a lot of times they feel like you don't deserve water. You ain't really broke a sweat like that. Here it is, your whole t-shirt goddamn wet. You ain't broke a sweat.
You done lost
like that.
5 pounds.
Right. And he done generated millions of dollars, man. Those slave masters were filthy rich, man. The plant, see, it's not like today's nature. They had actual tangible assets. They had sheep, they had goats, they had slaves, they had plantations, they had fields. You see, and we talk about, of course, South Carolina, North Carolina. You ride through South Carolina, North Carolina, some parts of Georgia, it's nothing but land, man. It's a lot of land that had to be built on. And then you sometimes you will be oblivious sometimes, or you'll not think about this thing at the same time. But it was hard work to build all this shit, man. From the roads to these railroad tracks, to these skyscrapers, these major ass buildings. To the white, which is so-called black man built the White House. He's the one that created it.
Yeah, Benjamin Banneker. He designed it, I think.
The design for the White House. Yep, DC.
Yeah, DC too.
That shit was hard work. And we think work is hard now. Shit, work, I ain't gonna lie, work is hard now. So think about back then. You had some.
Yeah. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. And it says, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patience in spirit is better than the proud in spirit.
That's right. We're in the end times now, man. Y'all remember our brother had a video. We said we came here in a slave ship and we're gonna leave in a
Yeah, I remember that.
chariot,
Yep.
man.
On the spaceship, it was came on
Yeah,
the slave ship. We're gonna leave on the
in
spaceship.
That's it, right there. The brother was
Oh,
trying
that
to
was they had for LA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's spiritual, man. You see? When we came there, we was low, we was dingy, dirty looking, had nappies on them, you know. But we're gonna leave it hard.
That's
and
right.
We're gonna leave with our foot
Up the white man's ass. That's right.
You might literally be in an elevator in a chariot, the so-called white man hanging on.
They said you getting beaten up with one shoe on because you left your shoe in the white man's ass. You know, get beaten up with one shoe and a sock.
Who said that? I forgot what old lady said. You gonna be walking home with 3 feet.
Oh yeah, that was on the clumps.
On the top.
Hey,
And one up your ass.
yeah, you can walk out here with 3 shoes.
You know? Hey, but that's how it's gonna be. The so-called white man have a lot to pay. And they can't pay that tab, man. That tab is too thick. That big play. That you think that
No,
the
that was
US bet clock
don't be a
is
menace
that-
at the
Nah,
side.
it ain't.
Don't be a menace.
That's in that.
Three shoes.
That's times 10.
2 on your feet, 1 in your ass.
And that's not shit. The Latin tribes, man. A lot of them, they was getting their asses kicked before us. 1492. I mean, really, the bulk of our ass whooping started really in the 1600s, early 1600s. The late 1400s, the Latins was getting demolished, man.
God. Nobody wants to speak about, see, next week is what? Thanksgiving.
Right.
Nobody wants to go into the fact that hundreds of millions of natives died right in this land. But everybody gonna eat their Thanksgiving dinner in the celebration of the murder of the murders of hundreds of millions of natives.
That's right.
At least Esau do it. Esau they're at least gonna do it knowingly. You know, our people don't know, but you know, but they do. But that's what it represents.
Yeah, they had
You
one
know?
image back in.
That's why you got to break that mindset. You got to give them the truth. That's really what it's for.
Like the brother said, the brother Anna was saying. What, next week they're gonna show what? Redskins
Get in
and
the Cowboys. Yep.
And Redskins always get their ass beat.
Yep.
It's a ceremonial. It's a ritual.
That's a ritual. Yeah.
Yeah, the Redskins goes from them skinning the Native Americans.
But man, we lose every year, man.
Thanksgiving, but he had a whole decapitated Negro on the as the main platter in Thanksgiving, looking like it was basically a cannibal group actually eating him, man. And the so-called white man has always been in that occultist, sadist, satanic spirit, dealing with the Pilgrims and the Puritans. They weren't just righteous. You know, when you watch movies and you see the Pilgrims and the Puritans with the little hats and the little leprechaun outfits.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a different. Yeah.
Man, that was the devils. Man, they was witches. You know, sorcerers, warlocks.
Those were the offscouring of Europe
Yeah.
that got sent over here, and then Jake helped them out. But through them coming over here, we had the other conquerors come over here and basically capitalize off of what happened. You know?
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee.
Yeah, it says, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage which I gave thee. And that took a lot of work, man, from us to be cut off from our heritage. Because when you look into the term, which I go into, I went into a couple times, the term culture. The root word of the word culture goes into cult, which means your worship. And if you actually look into Wikipedia, your culture is defined by your dress clothes, the ceremonial customs you hold, the God that you worship, your language, that's part of your culture. It's many things. There's so many branches that deal with your culture. And the so-called white man chopped that off in the root. That's why you don't know your language, your native language. You Negroes don't even know the native West African language. If you go around and ask so-called black people what languages that we speak when we was in Africa, Negroes don't know. Because we've been so discontinued from it. We've been so distant and so far off from what do we wear? You know, most Jake's gonna say dashikis. But besides that, what else do we wear? You know, what else?
It's just a garment. It's just a garment.
You know, how was their hair dressed? You know, how did we actually look as a people? Right. You got Mexicans and Colombians that don't even know anything about the Aztecs and Mayans.
Yep.
I asked this one Jake, he's from Colombia. I think I asked him, just ask, you know, just
So they
see
probably born here.
You know, like, you know, about the Mayans or the, I asked about the Mayans or the Incas. I ain't educated him, but I just asked him, are you familiar with them? He was like, nah, who is that? I'm like, God dang, man. But I was like, that's your people. That's the people that's what you were actually called. You know, I didn't go deep into it, but I was like, that's what your people were called before it was Colombians. You were actually known as the Aztecs, the Mayans, and the Incas.
Yeah.
You know,
Like some Issachar know Aztec, you know, Azteca. They know the Aztecs, but a lot of tribes, just especially when they're born over here, they don't really be knowing. I just like asking, like us, you know, like we were just talking about, we know about West Africa. Nigga, no. You know, unless somebody from West Africa
I say
educates.
it's a little bit
you know?
different because you at home. How you in Mexico around all these damn pyramids, and things of that nature, and you don't know who the Mayans is.
That's why I say the ones that born here.
In,
Yeah.
in the whole 2012 pass with that big old Mayan calendar stuff.
Right.
And you still don't know? They made a whole movie about it.
That's why the Latin tribes.
And what I was gonna say, our people are willingly ignorant.
Yep.
Ignorance is good.
Well, next
Right,
week,
yeah.
next week we're gonna have a lot of a lot of Native Americans celebrating Thanksgiving.
Celebrating it more
You will
heavier than the
have
white
everybody loves to talk shit, right? Like hey, I praise brothers that be into it, but just for me, like when I look at Gad and Reuben and that whole powwow spirit, and, you know, indigenous people, man, fuck you, man. Because it's a glorification of just your ignorance and just being a loser, man. You gonna have nobody wants to speak on that aspect. Everybody thinks of natives and think that tomahawks and tough, man. No, you're gonna have a lot of known Native Americans that's gonna be celebrating Thanksgiving with a lot of people, man. Turkey and stuffing and cranberry sauce and all, man.
People our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And that's why 2/3, there's a 2/3 and a 1/3 number, and the Lord wants to kill a lot of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. See? And he's gonna sick the so-called white man back on your ass. Some more?
And I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
Yes, I will cause thee to serve thine enemies. You watched the movie 1492, that's a good movie.
So we had 90 minutes.
Columbus. And in that movie, Christopher Columbus said blatantly the reason why he came to the Americas is because he read the book of Ezra. When he was dialoguing with that priest, and he was like, how do you know that it's America? Or, he didn't say America, of course, but how do you know that it's a new land or something of that effect? And he spoke about certain books. Columbus actually landed on the shores. He had certain Spanish conquistadors that was with him. And those men were, some of them were worse than Christopher Columbus. You think Christopher Columbus was bad? Right. His goons. His goons.
His goons, yeah.
His goonies, man.
That's really, he really riding off. Let's say he really riding off his goons' work, handiwork. I mean, you know, he's one man. He did what he did. He did what he did, but it's really your riders, you know, your shooters behind you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hitters.
Real rights.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, hitters, man. My hitters, my hitters. Yeah, hitters.
It was the ones that wasn't trying to let nothing out. They wasn't trying to stop raping, man.
But
They didn't want to go back.
My goonie goon.
You know?
My
When
goonie
the
goons.
boat took off, they like, nah, I'm going to chill here a little bit longer. I got a little bit more of the goddamn conquer, man. Then you had, what's the individual that took down the Aztecs? You had Hernando Cortez. You had Francisco Pizarro.
Yeah, you had
Another guy.
the one that took down Montezuma. I think what's his name? The name escaped me, man.
But yeah, these individuals.
You named them though.
When you look into them, they were vicious, man. Hernando Cortez, he was an animal. Francisco Pizarro, it's so
Ponce de Leon.
That's what
Ponce de Leon,
it. Yeah, Ponce de Leon. Yes, him. That's him.
There's
Ponce
so
de Leon.
many of them. That's the thing about it. There's so many goddamn. But you know, the so-called white man, they'll look at an individual like Toussaint Louverture as the goddamn devil because
Right.
he wanted some form of liberation.
Or Nat Turner.
Yeah, Nat Turner.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie, yo. They told Napoleon ass up.
Oh yeah, they did Napoleon.
They hated, man. They fucked up his whole shit.
Yeah, but you know what? If I could, I'm glad you said that too. Again, our people, man, take the ass whooping the wrong way. Because them damn Haitians, they find, yeah, we're the toughest. We beat slavery first.
Yeah,
we did it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the hell with that, man. And that's
what
why
my dad used to say.
y'all got a whole, y'all are the poorest country on the Western Hemisphere, man. Because Esau, y'all might have got Esau then, but Esau got you now.
Yeah, got you now.
That's
Yeah,
what my
this
dad
is
just
good to
say.
look into
Two
that
something.
history too about the Haitian revolt. And see, when you actually go into the Haitian revolt and study the French and Napoleon, you see why the Haitians are so poor today.
Yep.
That's not by coincidence, man. They heavily invest in France.
Yep.
When they pushed Napoleon out of that land, and his troops, and basically took them off and revolted and got their independence. But they was the first Negroes to actually gain independence. Haitian revolt. Then the French at that time, they were very stretched thin. That's why they lost basically that war between the British, Spanish, and England, because they was trying to occupy Haiti, which was hard as hell to do. Because them Haitians, they get down, man.
Yeah.
And it was hard as hell to occupy Haiti as well.
There's Simeon down there too.
That Louisiana,
Louisiana Purchase,
Louisiana,
part of Arkansas.
Yeah. That's why they had to sell it.
They had to sell it.
They had to sell it.
So they knew that they was going to lose anyway because they was being pushed. I think you had the Spanish to the west, in California, things of that nature. Then you had the British to the east. You had New England.
Daniel prophesied in Daniel the 3 wars.
So them being pushed, basically being squeezed in, as well as dealing with the hell in Haiti, they had no choice but to give up Louisiana.
It was a large portion. It was really like damn near really the whole Midwest.
Yeah, I'm
all the way into
I'm
Canada.
on the map right now.
Yeah, you see it?
Oh yeah.
I think Quebec was a part.
It was the whole middle of the country.
Yeah, it was the whole middle of the country. Whole middle of the country, yeah.
But that 15 million, that's how much it was? It was a certain amount of French.
And it was part of Canada.
First. Yeah. Montreal, Quebec. It's part of Canada too.
And then they took their purchase and they put a heavy debt on the Haitians. And that debt was more than I think the purchase. I mean, they actually sold that land for. So it was a big ass debt that the Haitians wouldn't be able to actually pay, as well as they put a lot of sanctions on the Haitians. They made sure that they wasn't going to get proper export, proper import.
Yep.
They made it where whatever they produce in Haiti, they wouldn't purchase it. So they had a lack of trading, lack of getting off their commodities that they actually did have. And so they became the poorest country as you see today. It ain't no coincidence the so-called white man deliberately oppressing us. He is the oppressor. You got some more on that? Okay, you can read that in Sirach.
Sirach chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High handle sinners and will repay vengeance.
Go to the point where it says never trust on me. I got 13 times 10. 10.
Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Yeah, so the Bible says to never trust your enemy. And one, we know that we have enemies, which is the so-called white man. And the Bible says to never trust them. The Maccabees, were they with the Greeks? Hell no. They hated them. They knew that they were the enemy. See? Yahweh Shah and the disciples. Did they have a friendship with the Romans? No. Now they know how to deal with them, of course. The scripture says, be wise as a serpent, as harmless as a dove. It speaks about when to agree with your adversary quickly. And it's not talking about a spiritual demon, Satan. Satan in your head, you agree. No, it's talking about these goddamn devils.
Right.
They actually had him talking about where they knew that the Romans were the devils. And when John was on the island of Patmos, he spoke about how the devil going to throw some of you into prison. And who threw John in prison? His enemy, the devil. Which was the Romans. They threw him on the island of Patmos to work in them salt mines until the time of his death. So the scripture says, never trust your enemy. Don't try to befriend him. It don't matter if he has that smile, on his face, and he looks like he's there for your well-being, for those gifts. You might talk to these devils and they sound like they're trying to get you a deal on the house, trying to get you a deal on your car. They're just trying to throw you in further debt. And the only reason why they cool with you is because you got something in your pocket that they want. You are a commodity. And it's in the layout of slavery is way different. The layout of oppression has transformed. It's advanced. It's way more advanced than for these bills.
Yeah, just give me my 39 stripes.
Give me some land.
Just give me my 39 stripes and I go.
That shit.
Yeah. Bills don't heal.
They go lay on top, man.
You gotta have that red first.
Right.
Verse 11. Now, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Yeah, so the white man has a way of acting humble, man. You be amongst him, he's trying to act like he's one of you. You know, knowing all the little dances and shit. Yeah. Yeah, you see these reporters doing all these whack ass dances. We're doing the Negro dance and shit, looking whack as hell. They look whack when they do it. You know, Jake swagging. He saw.
Yeah, man. Foolish ass Jake reposted on Instagram.
This shit is slavery.
It's slavery.
Right.
This is how you end racism right here. Nigga,
Oh, he could come to the cookout.
Yeah, he was
right, go to the
Cookout.
right.
about Trump. If Trump said something, no cap.
Oh, no cap.
Yeah, no cap. Yeah.
If Trump said no cap, everybody. And Atlanta, everybody out Trump, he cool, man. I'll lower taxes. No cap. Which a lot of niggas did that. A lot of people was cool with Trump before he became president.
Right.
Because they trusted him, he humbled himself. He was on the roast of Donald Trump, getting his ass.
Because he had money, yeah.
Niggas and shit,
Yeah,
joking
Snoop.
and stuff. You know, he had a little TV show. Everybody loved Donald Trump.
Right.
You know? But
Yeah,
now he
fuck
got in a
Donald Trump.
position, he got on his high horse, and he showed he never fuck with
You niggas. Yeah, you never fucking TV back.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all get your niggas in. When I get in office, I'm cutting off food stamps.
What more you need to eat?
Remember what you said?
What you said
Yeah.
about my goddamn toupee? About the goddamn food stamp.
He just, we still doing
And
it.
thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
Yeah, so you wiping and you see that, oh man, this man is the same old devil.
Like when you take a shower and that steam, and you try to wipe it, and steam is coming up as he saw.
And you start to lower your guard sometimes when you among certain devils. Man. You're like, you know what? I ain't like him when I first met him, but he seems like he ain't that bad now.
Might be a Jake.
Yeah, then you know, you might go on there, man, he might be a Jake.
Can you do something? Let's go eat a mic. Let's go eat a mic.
He's the devil. He's just a shapeshifter.
30 seconds later.
Right.
Transform.
Uh-huh.
2 minutes later.
Devil.
Yeah, so you can't embrace these devils, man. And of course, what we speak about is a thing called reincarnation. Those French devils that we were speaking about, that was notorious for oppression. Ponce de Leon, Hernando Cortez, General Dade, which you have Dade County. You have all these different lands that was named after these top slave masters that hated the
Indian
shit
killers?
out of natives and Spanish tribes. They're here today. And where are they at? They ain't your McDonald's manager. You be trying to act like your McDonald's manager is goddamn Julius Caesar and reincarnation. Nah, man. They're top
Right.
politicians. Your president.
World
They say
leaders.
all your presidents are related one way or another. That might be that's more like
That's the whole family. Whole Caesar family
whole
and
Caesar
Caesar.
family and things of that nature.
Yeah.
They're the movers and shakers of today's time now.
Verse 12. Set not by thee, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
Yeah, you had a lot of jakes that would put so-called white people in nobility and positions of nobility and positions of the hierarchy. And what happened? They would set their family up. Because when you watch these, which is good to watch, I had just finished watching the movie The King, so that really got me in that spirit. That was a damn good movie right there. But when you watch these different movies, you see the king, and you might see the people, I would say, for lack of a better term, the people of the royal court. Now they're all about their family.
The different nobles and stuff.
The nobility. And if they could take the position of the king, they would. But since they might be of the lower tier, what's they're trying to do? Gain more territory, gain more forces. You know, enlarge their family. Allegiances. Get their daughters to marry the right person in the right country, so that they could slither. It's all about
England now.
and a lot of them select their daughters out. It's a show on Netflix that brothers haven't seen it called The Tudors. And,
Oh yeah, you talking about the Tudors.
And one of the fathers, which I'm gonna go ahead
What country
and
is that?
after this precept. I think he was a king of England.
Okay.
But the Tudor family, it was it was one guy. He was an underling to the king. I forget the position. He might have been like an archbishop or something like that. But he was trying to give his daughters to the king. He was talking to him and polishing them like, you know, you gotta have sex with the king. You gotta do this and that. So he didn't say those words per se, but it was like, you know, work your magic. So one of the daughters basically was getting close to the king. She had sex with him. He had sex with her, popped her a couple times. You know how kings do. They deal with a woman a couple times like she's an elder. So he tried to get his other daughter, and he ignored the first daughter because it's like the king don't want you no more. So I don't want you no more. You have no use of you know.
You're a
the
dirty
family
whore
at this
now.
point.
Yeah.
And I think his other daughter, she actually was getting close to the king. The king ended up marrying her. But he eventually stopped liking her like how he wanted to, and he conspired to get her head chopped off. And she was running to her dad trying to, you know, get things worked out so that she doesn't get killed. He didn't give a fuck about it. He was like, hey, it is what it is.
Should have on the boys' years.
So he on the boys' years.
Hey,
So that shows
they say
the
how
nature
women-
of the devil. If the so-called whites own brothers and sisters
Is
and
it
fathers
expendable?
as expendable, how much more a nigga, man?
Right.
I think what's this guy that died from Mobb Deep, Prodigy.
Oh, you probably
It's
yeah.
like if these white people don't care about their own poor white trash, just imagine how they feel about my black ass. I'm like, that's
yeah.
true, man.
Yeah.
But we'll finish that precept.
Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he sneak to take thy seat.
Yeah, so no white man should be your right hand man. You see a so-called black man walking down the street, you see fucking Jimmy right beside him. Yeah, trying to sag, trying to kick it like him. And he might be still sliding nigga in the combo here and there. But Jake think that's acceptable. These white people are the devil, man. And they are your enemy. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead and
You want to get them?
I got camera.
Need.
Yeah, man. Hey, continuing in the same spirit, you know, the brother Barzal was going into, you know, how we were led into captivity. All right. But we here to tell you too, man. Hey, Esau, the jig is up.
That's right.
Right. The scriptures in Revelation, hey, go ahead and bring it out. Because this devil is going to come down, man, because he knows that he has but a short time, you know. And last night we did a lesson on how Esau portrays Jake in the media. This commercial is the greatest week ever. You know, it's a Foot Locker commercial. All hell breaking loose, but Jake still worried about Nike tennis shoes and shit like that. All right. The narrative that Esau is continuing and trying to put out people, you know, in oppression. Hey, he's losing his grip, man. Okay? These certain things that he's doing is not working anymore. So what he gonna have to do? He gonna have to level up, man. Go to the next level. Okay? But we here to tell you, hey, your ruling power, your ruling seat is damn near over with. All right? Go ahead.
Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Yeah, because like I said, you know, the brother Barzal was going in how we was brought over here on cargo slave ships, man. And who did it? All right? Esau Edom. So the scripture tell you, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. That's the other side of the coin, man. All right? So Esau, don't think that you out here just getting away with this shit, man. And we all know, ultimately, it was prophecy for us to go. The brother brought that out, too, in Deuteronomy 28:68. That was prophecy for us to be brought up in cargo slave ship. But some of the things that Esau, the so-called white man, did to our people, man, was too goddamn far.
Yep.
Okay? It's a certain way you should treat your slave, man, and the way that the so-called white man treated us, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, was totally overboard.
It's unforgivable.
Yes, the offenses that you committed against us is unforgivable, like the brother said. Okay? You got Psalms 137.
And this is Joel 3, and I started in verse 2. It says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, when they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So the Heavenly Father, he's going to get Esau. He's going to get so-called white man for scattering them, and the other nations too. Okay, he's going to gather them, he's going to judge them in the Middle East and destroy them in their military for what he did to us. That's why all this is going on. That's why this military arsenal is being built up. Is also the Lord can destroy you for messing with his people.
And that's a good point too. We always hop on Esau, hey, but these other nations, you're not getting a pass either, man. All right, because you had a part in it. Anybody that had a part in or a hand in the furthering the affliction and the scattering of our people, man, which you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you got hell coming to you too, man.
That's right.
You going into captivity as well.
Yeah, because you got back what you were saying. You have the sub-Saharan slave trade. So-called era, Ishmael has had a lot to involve with that as well. So he has committed those atrocities as well. Alright, this is Psalms 137 and 6. Do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth, if I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. Verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Keep going.
O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us.
That's right.
Yeah. Hey, reward of thee, for thou hast served us. Hey, leading us into captivity, you shall go into captivity. Okay, you reap what you sow. Okay, Esau and these other nations, man, you're not going unpunished, man. As the scriptures continually say. It also tells you that there's a righteous thing to recompense tribulation to those that trouble you.
That's right.
And who has troubled our people, man? You so-called white people, okay? Self-proclaimed white people, okay? Which we all know you're damn sure not white. You're far from it, okay? Your actions and also your skin color, man. All right? Your skin is transparent, man. The red shows through your skin. You're an Edomite, man. The red man, all right? True red man.
You are the red.
Exactly. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 49, verse 12. For thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup,
That's right.
have assuredly drunken.
Yep.
And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
Yeah. Hey, and it's going to be double, man. All right, you're going to have to drink double of what was fed to our people that should have drunk out of the cup in the first place.
Big goat.
Yeah. Straight no chaser, like the brothers like to say, man. All right? And you think that you can continually run your tab up against our people, the apple of the Lord's eye, and you not be punished for it? That don't even fucking make sense, man. All right? But that's the pride of this devil, man. He thinks that this place is going to continue forever. All right? He thinks that he can't be touched, man. He's Mr. Untouchable.
He thinks he's right.
He
think he's right.
Yeah. He thinks he's justified for the things that he's done our people.
Yep.
Man. You know, what's the term they use for coming over here and stealing the land from
manifest
destiny? Yeah, it ain't no goddamn manifest destiny. You niggas are the devil, man. That's all that is. All right? You come over here on the land that was already being occupied by the Native Americans, and you stripped it from them and stole it. Like the brother was saying, man, he went to in Sirach the 12th chapter to never trust thy enemy.
That's right.
All right? So if the Native Americans knew who their enemy was, hey, they would have started killing them Edomites soon as they got off.
As soon as they seen them, as soon as they seen them pasty ass crackers coming across the water, they should have knew something. Arrows at the boat. They would have, Mazel Tov cocktail them boats, man.
Arrows at the boat, man. Because ever since he done so, it's just been a goddamn snowball domino effect.
But you know,
it get wickeder and wickeder.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was speaking to my rib about this. I was like, how the fuck? I was like, yo, what was Gad and Ruben thinking? Like, you see these boats coming across the water, and it's white people.
Right.
Don't even look like us. And then on top of that, a lot of our people during that time period knew they was Israelites. They knew the history. Bro. And my rib was like, well, they had a bit of bitch.
Because the way Eve let Satan in the garden, it's always a woman. Pocahontas. Pocahontas was the ultimate bed witch, man. She was the ultimate bed witch. You know, when you and my rib was going into that movie, when you watched the movie, everybody was counseling her little wicked ass. Don't go for this white man. Don't go for the white man. Don't go for the white man. And what did her ass do? Went for the white man, man.
That's a true story.
Eve. That's the spirit of the women of our nation, man. The damn monkey on Planet of the Apes. Yep.
Like even if I can say, even during the time of Fernando Cortez and the Aztecs, you had Montezuma, who basically just took in, the Spanish settlers and trusted them, and then you see the result of that, man. Like you said, now you got Mexicans wearing Cortez shoes, man. It was set up to be colonized, man. But you're saying you come over here in ships, and you see the devil, man. You should know to put him down, man. But our people, like the scripture says, destroyed for lack of knowledge.
They helped his white ass.
You're right. Show them how to hunt. Show them how to use the bow.
Plant.
Gave them leverage.
Yeah. You gave the enemy leverage. So not only did you trust them, but you helped them.
You built the motherfucker up.
Man, hey, and we all know ultimately, it was prophecy. But hey, in these times, man, we're telling you who the enemy is, but niggas choose to still trust the so-called white man.
That's why one more point at Salakia is that's why through the spirit going into this Thanksgiving week, this is a different energy, man. It used to be hey, you gotta wake up, Indians. Wake up. Man, nah, man. It's time for y'all to get y'all ass whooped, man. Because that spirit has been pushed out there. Thanksgiving is wicked. The white man is your enemy. No, fuck that. He can celebrate Thanksgiving. He can celebrate it as he should. As he should. He should celebrate Thanksgiving. He won the right. He won the war. But our people, especially Gad and Reuben, they still want to be simple as hell, still want to argue with us that the white man is your enemy. Hey, native, look at your fucking land.
Right. But you know what's funny? That's how you know people are jacked up in the head. That's like it's two basketball teams balling against each other. The main event was the main championship finals, and one team wins, and the other team popping bottles in the locker room.
Right.
You don't got the fucking L. And you over here popping.
Whoa, we did it! We did it!
Actually celebrating harder than them. What the hell? That's our people. That is exactly what our people do. They take the L's and they pop more bottles than the fucking winners, man.
That's all.
Out of all the
Damn.
tribes, man, if anybody should have that burning hatred for fucking Esau, it should be the so-called Native Americans.
I'm surprised it's still Edomites walking around.
Exactly.
I'm not putting the spirit out there because we move in the spirit, but I'm just saying, where the fuck is Native American serial killers at? Hypothetically speaking, like we're not condoning that. I'm just saying, natives should be going nuts right now in this land, man.
And it would be like understandable, like okay. Like you see an animal break out the zoo killing, you gotta okay, I understand he's been in captivity, he's been on prison.
Where they at, man?
Yeah. It's the show on Netflix about a damn Native American basketball team, man.
See?
They want to win a goddamn championship for their city. Yeah. Ain't a damn Native American over 6 feet tall, man, playing basketball. and the Native Americans been stripped down there to they pride and joy nowadays is a fucking basketball team. Which is a white man's sport.
I'm sorry, I'm be honest, I'm saying Native American serious.
I don't either. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry, me either. That's why I be like, man, that powwow spirit. It's like, man, fuck you and your powwow, man. Now, I'm sorry. I can say that because those are my people. But I'm just in the spirit of they find pride in that. They find pride in going from city to city, being a circus show. It's just a circus show. You just put on your little feathers and you hit some fucking drums and you're indigenous. Fuck you, Gad. Because and I mean that in the spirit of, yo, you gotta wake the fuck up. You a warrior tribe. You one of the warrior tribes of the nation of Israel, and you out here worried about basketball. I'm sorry, I'm hot.
Isaiah 33:1.
Now you right, because I was thinking the same thing. Like, you know what? What the fuck is y'all doing, man?
Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled.
Hey, so when the scriptures say, woe to thee, which is death and destruction,
That's right.
to thee that spoileth and was not spoiled. You know, you came over here and the Native Americans showed y'all love. You know, as we speaking, they gave y'all leverage. They showed y'all how to build certain shelters, how to use the boat, you know, and you know, live, man. All right? But you spoiled them. You know, you made certain treaties. I mean, who this guy? Jefferson, Emerson, whoever was
Andrew Jackson.
yeah, made it.
The native killer, Indian killer.
Yeah, hey, and it was an account where he was damn near finna be put to death, but a Native American saved his life. So he got them made a pact or a treaty that he would never move them off of their land, man. And being simple as hell, the Native Americans went for it, man. And he signed treaties after treaty to slowly but surely take the land away.
He had his fingers crossed behind his back the whole time,
the whole time. You know? So
He did it with a pinky promise, but his fingers crossed.
toes crossed and shit. So the scriptures say, woe to thee that spoileth and was not spoiled.
That's right.
You white people, go ahead.
And dealing treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Jeez.
Oh man, had the so-called white man track record not been treacherous all throughout his history, you know, the Trail of Tears, man. All right, you know how many Native Americans died just being extradited from their land to fucking reservation camps?
After wars.
After wars, you got the elderly, you got the sick, just perishing as you know, as they take their trip, you know, to Oklahoma and Arizona in that area. And that fucking land up there is not even fucking really rich in soil to grow food, man.
That's why he gave them that land.
That's why they gave
North Dakota and shit.
Here it is. In the desert. Here it is. Fuck this cracker come in and take all of your shit to give you the worst part of it.
The shit he don't want.
Yeah. He go in and get all the natural resources out, the gold and shit like that, and just push you out like you ain't shit. But you Native Americans not mad at this devil, man?
Well, because he wanted that Florida. Look, Florida is big business for Esau in America. That's one of the #1 retirement states. You got all types of amusement parks and resorts and beach resorts and beach fronts and condos. Esau make a killing off of Florida, and that's where he pushed them up from where? Florida to the Midwest, man.
That's part of the reason why he sent out them Lewis and Clark to map the land. And then when they came back, they was like, okay, it's to the government funded expedition. And when they came back, right after that, that's when they started moving the gas off the road. They knew what was good and what was not good, what animals were out there, what was good to eat, what not good to eat, what game was out there, you know?
Hey man, this something you should goddamn drop dead. As soon as you open that goddamn turkey.
Please.
Please drop the fuck dead. Cause that shit don't make no sense, man.
We tell you every year.
Every year, but hey, what's gonna happen? They still gonna do it. And then I talking to this.
It's about the
nigga on my
family.
job. He talking about the conversation came up about celebrating Thanksgiving. The nigga say, I ain't gonna celebrate. I'm still cooking on me. You can do that every day, but you want to pick the so-called Thanksgiving holiday where you go all out. You fucking make apple pies, goddamn pumpkin pies, turkey,
Cranberry sauce from scratch.
Yeah, here it is. Nigga been eating McDonald's the whole year.
Right.
Goddamn Thanksgiving coming around, we throw a feast together.
Niggas gonna cook them greens for like 8 hours, man.
Because everything is closed. Like now, a couple of restaurants open nowadays.
Or like,
You know,
I
but
like freak out.
they make, you know, it's a federal holiday, so it's like everything is shut down.
Oh, them gooks, they gonna make their money.
You know?
You don't want turkey? We give you duck. Okay.
Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled.
Hey, the jig is up.
That's right, brother.
So when all that you so-called crackers, once you reach your peak, like it says in verse graph in Job, I believe the 20th chapter, when he's about to fill his belly. Yeah. Come on, hey. So it says, when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. Okay? All right. He that leadeth, I started out with the scripture, man. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. All right? You're going to reap what you sow, so you're not going unscathed. Okay? And it tells you in 2nd Esdras that you know, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning and followers, man. All right? That's the day that we're looking forward to, man. All right? Even though this devil, he's still ruling right now, but we see the bigger picture. All right? We're not giving this red guy a pass, man.
Not no more.
Nah, man. That tab got to be cashed in, man. All right? You ain't just finna keep running the goddamn tab. Hey, that's the spirit of America. That's why they trillions of dollars in debt. They think they can just keep running the goddamn tab up and they ain't gonna pay nobody. You know? That's the same spirit.
On the stage, we're bombing you.
Right.
We're bombing you.
Yeah, because they got them, they a schoolyard bully, goddamn.
Yeah.
Nigga owe you lunch money, you ain't gonna get it because he's bigger, he's stronger than you. You give your ass a swirly, you know, you go ask for that money, he beats your ass. That's America.
Right.
All right. You said you had precept. What you got?
This is Amos 1 and 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
That's right.
Yeah, man. Hey, it got it. Hey, your ass got it. Your ass is grass. Hey, the punishment has to come, man. With anything that you do, there's consequences to it, man.
You reap what you sow.
Yeah, on a small level and on a large scale as well, man. All right, it's just how the universe works, man. You know. Go ahead.
So it says, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with sword.
Yeah.
And that includes the Native American.
That's right.
All right? It says, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. And this to the point now to where Esau, you know, he'll literally have these white Edomite cops shoot you without probable cause, unarmed,
Naked.
live on the internet.
Naked.
And then when it's time for trial, get off and you know, be able to live their lives. You know what I'm saying? They even trying to repeal this chick judgment, Amber Geiger, you know.
Damn.
Trying to get her, you know, shorter time or whatever. Because Esau, he don't care. He has no pity for our people at all, man. All right? I'm reading this last part. It says, but I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Bosra. And that's going to be when the Lord literally destroys America. Because it's coming. Because the Lord's going to punish you for everything you've done to the Israelites. All right? You're going to get that. You're going to get that double. You're going to get this fire. You're going to get slavery. Then you're going to get them erased.
That's right.
That's right.
You know? The Lord, he got your number, man. He getting ready to punch your ticket.
Zechariah 1 verse 15. I am very sore displeased with the heathen. They are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped for the affliction.
Yeah. And all you other nations too, man, that had a part, your tab got to be cast in on too, man. All right? That bill is still open. That bill is still pending. Okay? So when death and destruction come, and you going down with the so-called white man as well.
That's right.
Okay? Don't think it's death and destruction and the boys is gonna skip you. You know, where you can just play the background. Yeah, we get on Esau Edom because he's the main culprit, but you the co-defendants. Okay? You know the Egypts. All right?
Yeah, because where's these other nations stepping up for our case? Where's the nation of Moab standing up for the ass whooping we receiving and the atrocities that's happening to us? No nation standing up for us.
Right.
Nobody. They don't even like your black guy.
You ain't talking about Africa and blacks. Talking about Africans don't give a damn about
And them booty scratchers hate us too.
Yeah, the money they out of your community. They look at you like you ain't shit.
Yeah, who own all these used tire places throughout Atlanta? These goddamn Hamites. You want to go buy some used tire, you get it from a Hamite.
Right. That's true. Not even West Africa. We talking about these Egyptians, these Sudanese, South Sudan, or North Sudan. You know, these Cushites, those Hamites, man, they the ones that
Canaanites.
Yeah, these Canaanites, you know, persecuting us as well.
Selling us tires with 5 plugs in it.
Right.
Tired to be hella plugged up selling it to us.
Can't go no less than 40.
Go ahead.
This is Psalm 83, verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. You know, so that goes to show you that these different nations, these heathen nations, are confederate together against who? The nation of Israel, man. Against the Yasharallah. All right, they're not speaking on our behalf, you know, trying to get us out of the situation we're in. Now they joined together with this damn devil, man. Esau, Edom, man, to further oppress our people, man. All right.
It's like the third time. Job 20:23. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Yeah, hey, just when he you know, Esau Edom has pulled up his chest to the table, got them pulled the napkin out, you know, got them tucked it in, and the new world order and the society as we know it is going to continue and advance in the way in which he would like it. You know, when he's about to fill his belly.
Saying grace to Satan.
Yeah, right. Yeah, giving his sacrifice. Goddamn, pull the table up, grab his utensils. As soon as he's about to fill his belly, the Lord is going to rain upon him while he is eating. Now, how is he going to rain upon him? Hey, turn you up to a fire, man. He's going to make it rain on these devils, man. All right? Like he goddamn Magic City.
That's right.
I got something else. All right. This is Zechariah 2, verse 8. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, after the glory had he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you, for he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye.
Yeah. Hey, and if you touching the apple of, you know, if anybody you hold dear and sacred to your heart is afflicted, what's your natural instinct? Is to go out and afflict that person that has did the afflicting, man. All right? To get recompense. All right? What's the word re means back, and compense is to compensate, you know, so payback, man. You're gonna want payback if someone has did harm into a loved one.
The big payback.
Yeah, like brother said, James Brown, man, the big payback. So it's nothing wrong with wanting to see, you know, payback being put upon your enemy, man, for the things that he's done to your people. Okay?
We do it to each other. With these gangs and stuff, you know, you shoot my house, I shoot you, you know, I'll come back and shoot you up. So how much more than our little enemy, the white man, is literally doing this openly.
That's right.
But you don't, but when it comes down to him, oh no, let's all get along and get together.
Turn the
That's
cheek.
not how it's set up to be. Okay? Apples and oranges don't grow on the same tree. You know? And neither do races. Races are different. You know?
Yeah. Hey, and our people want to give Esau Edom a pass because they're quick to say, hey, but these weren't the same white people that did it to us. Hey, but that means you don't understand reincarnation. Those same spirits that did that to our forefathers.
Isaiah 14 and 21.
Exactly. Right. You got Isaiah 14 and 21 because, you know, you still reaping the benefits off of slavery. Right. You know, it's a certain thing called white privilege. You ain't giving that up. All right, even though it wasn't you physically that you think here and now today, but you still reaping the benefits of the blood and the sweat and tears that America was built up on our people, man. All right, and you white people are not speaking out against it. You know, you using the white privilege to your advantage. Okay, you got that.
Isaiah 14 and verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
Yeah, for the iniquity of their fathers, man, which is sin. Okay, so you don't go unscathed, man. All right, you come back every amount of generations, man, reincarnated. All right, so you don't get a pass just because it wasn't you physically back then. No, the tab has to be made, man. All right, it's just like if you
good. I got it.
Like use the analogy, you sit down to eat and run up a tab at a restaurant. And your dad get up and leave, who's going to be held liable for that bill? Your ass. Okay? They'll just erase, oh damn, your father gone, he ran out of the bill. Okay, we just going to forget about it. Nah, man, that tab has to be paid. All right, for the iniquities that your forefather has done. All right, and that's just point blank period. And our people don't want to deal with the realness of the scriptures because when you go to these different churches, man, they don't teach you these type of things, man.
They teach out the slave Bible.
They teach you plantation Christianity.
Might as well be.
They want to make you feel good, you dance, and then you eat after, and go watch Sunday football. Man.
It's a show.
That's it. You know,
It's performing arts.
We bring out the real. Is it more than that? Go ahead.
That they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with sin.
Yeah, and this is not going to go on as forever, man, like you think.
That's right.
All right? Esau is the end of the word, Jacob is the beginning that follows. We here to tell you, man, that you so-called white people are going down, and we have next, man. That's just the way it is. Not we, but you.
Yeah, this is Ezekiel chapter 25 and 12. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from teeming, and they of the dead shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh.
That's right.
Yeah, the Lord is going to have to put a certain spirit on our people, man, to get down with each other. But right now, yeah, you know, we come and call white man out, but we really, you know, ain't in the spirit of putting them to death right now, man, because it ain't their time.
Right.
Okay? And it says by his people. And who was the Lord's people? If you look on the sign, starting with Judah on down to Issachar, it's the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
That's when the Lord gonna put that hunter spirit on us.
Yeah, because like I say in Jeremiah 17 chapter, man, hey, he sent for many fishers. You know,
Jeremiah 16.
16. The water, you know, that we're going to become hunters in those days, man. We're fishing right now for the elect of the nation of Israel, those that have an ear to be up to the Lord, you know. But it's going to come a time when that fishing period is over, then it's going to be time to hunt.
Right.
And how's he going to do that? By his people Israel, man. All right?
Down all my battle axe.
This is Ezekiel 35 and 1. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. And it says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Yahweh. That's the same thing I just read in the other precept. Okay, this is what the Lord's going to do to these Edomites. Verse 5, it says, because, and this is why the Lord's going to make you desolate and destroyed. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. And when is that? That's now. Our iniquity, our punishment for going into slavery, and all of that. Because I'm going to tell you what, when you go into the prophecy, pretty much after slavery and that hardcore bondage, that's really when it stops.
Yep.
That's really when the Lord's judgment with the curses stops.
Yep.
But he further the affliction. Okay? And of course, certain little, you know, it ain't like it's going to happen in one day, but that's basically when it was over with. Okay? So it says,
I want to make a point. It says that Esau has a perpetual hate, man.
Yep.
That's everlasting, man. That's something that doesn't end. So while you walk around here thinking that the so-called white man is cool, he's cool, okay?
right.
He hates your black ass, man. Behind closed doors, you're a nigger to them, okay? He don't like you. He think you stink. He think you don't bathe. You know, he think you is being the lowest of the low. You damn sure don't think that you's God's chosen people.
Because you're obnoxious, you're loud.
Yes.
Right?
You tell the so-called white man that you're a Jew, he gonna laugh in your damn face. Okay? Because you don't fit the criteria in his eyes, man. You know?
Yeah, if it ain't white, it ain't right.
You fit the criteria of a nigga, man. All right? And he probably go along to get along with you, you know, on the outward, but inward, it's always the hatred is in him, man. Even starting from the accounts of Jacob and Esau, Cain and Abel. All right, it's always going to be there. Man. That's the narrative, man. That's the big narrative. Jacob versus Esau. Man. That's what it ultimately boils down to.
The meat and potatoes.
Perpetual, man, forever. You got it.
This is the word.
Yes.
This is the word
Blocking the light.
perpetual on the onlineislam.com. It says, without end, it says,
Without, all right. So why you giving this devil a pass? Oh, it wasn't him that fed our women's babies, the gators. Or it wasn't him that was hanging us publicly, castrating our bed. It was his fathers. Oh, that same hatred, that perpetual hatred, never ending, is still here. So don't give this devil a pass, man, because it's still in his heart. You know.
Well, you have gang wars where literally somebody's grandfather got killed by somebody else's grandfather, and you got Crip sets that are fighting each other still to this very day.
Yeah.
I was born into the game.
Thank you.
Born into it because they dad was in it.
I had no choice but to join.
Yeah, you know.
Because let all hell break loose. You don't really see who this devil is. You think that the so-called white man that you think is cool with you in the time of Jacob's trouble is going to run to your aid? Fuck no. He going to go to his light, man. He's going to cleave into his kind. Yeah. It's in the, you know, in the scripture, I believe in the apocrypha, in the rock, you know. They each are going to cleave to his kind, man. All right? And the brother, I've always like, look at this. Exactly. It just manifested. We're not here.
Literally put yourself in danger.
Yeah. Hey, you seen the group of so-called black and his ass walking down a one-way in the middle of the street. You know, he'd rather do that shit than cross paths with us, man. And that's how it's gonna be in that day, man. All right? Moab don't fucking like us.
Right.
Esau don't like us. Hamites, damn sure. Ishmael, they damn sure don't like us. You know, they don't think you was being Yasharala, man.
Right. You don't even think we should walk on the same sidewalk.
We shouldn't even be here. We're supposed to be over somewhere in the bluff.
Go ahead and finish your piece.
Crazy.
It says, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will
Right.
prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. That's what I make Mount Seir most desolate, and shut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will lay his mountains with his slain men in the hills, in thy heaths, and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. And that's talking about the Americans. I will make thee perpetual desolations. Hey, so since Esau had a perpetual hatred, the Lord going to give him perpetual desolations. Okay? I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh.
Hey, and that's the day that we're looking forward to. When this devil is put down. That's what I
you
know.
Yeah.
Like a fucking dog with rabies, man. Take his ass in the backyard and put one to his head. That's how old yellow, man. That's how we want to see Esau. Edom took out of power, man. All right, because we know when he's gone, hey, we're gonna rule in righteousness, man. Right. The scripture tells you in Proverbs that when the wicked is in rule, the people mourn.
Yep.
You know, but when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right.
All right. There's gonna be no more sorrow in the land, man. Ain't that something precious to look forward to, man? Instead of fucking Thanksgiving and Christmas? Aren't y'all niggas tired of that shit? Like, at what point do you just get tired and fed up?
Like, aren't you tired of Big Shirley's greens, man?
Glorious fucking collard greens.
Seriously.
One day off.
Honey baked hams. Like, aren't y'all tired of this shit yet?
Yeah, man. Ain't you tired of that shit? Like, don't you want more for yourself and for your family? You know, than to wake up every day going to work and shit?
Are you trying to rep in the hood? And that kind of rep in the hood that you don't own?
Yeah.
I'm from this block, nigga. That's not your block.
Niggas are killed for it too. The same blocks you niggas killing for is named after a so-called white man.
That's right. You get ready to get evicted out of it.
That's
right.
right.
You
by the one that owns it.
Get gentrified the fuck out your hood. Right. You ain't heard of, and then that's the thing. You'll roll up on another Jake for so-called coming in your hood. But as soon as Esau start building up around your neighborhood, you niggas is moving out. You're not coming up against the so-called white man.
Right.
He's gentrifying these neighborhoods. You ain't got shit to say. You know, you packing your black ass up and moving. All right, to the outskirts.
The outskirts.
Because Esau is making it hard for niggas to live in the city.
God damn, they moved to Madison to get a affordable rent.
Right. Off the bus line, so niggas don't driving like that. You know,
Right.
if you put a nigga off the bus line, he through.
Oh, take that martyr away, it's over with.
They're gonna pick that nigga up all the time.
Isaiah 63 and verse 3. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. But I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury. And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my remnant.
Yeah, because, hey, the Lord's coming back for blood, man, and for vengeance.
Yep.
If you know anything about a wine press, if you stepping there and you stepping on the grape, you know, the grape juice or whatnot, it's going to saturate your garment or whatever you have on, man. And that's the kind of blood it's going to look. He's using that as a shed out.
I look destruction.
How much destruction he's going to bring.
Not to cut you off, but that's a beautiful point. I was eating a pomegranate the other day. And
Oh man.
some of them grape, that juice, it stains. It's deep. It deeply stains. It ain't like it's just like an easy. Sometimes that's so much. That grape juice, which is highly, you know, a lot of it's acidic. Acid, when it's good, sometimes it's good acid. That's, you know, certain fruits and things like that.
It's good on the inside.
It's good on the inside.
Your body, on the outside, the citric acid, you know, it can clean stuff. That's why you put the pine salt and chilies on the outside.
And it's the same thing with blood. Blood, when it actually, you know, is on the skin, it stains deeply, man. Especially stains garments and clothes. So the Lord using that analogy, that's deep in itself, man. You gotta think about somebody that actually, you know, sheds blood on the battlefield and things of that nature. How stained their regalia or their attire is in the aftermath of the war.
If you get blood stains on this concrete, it'll stay.
Hey, and the only way you're going to get that, you got to be in the field. You got to be getting down. You know, you come back from the battlefield clean as hell. They're like that Jake don't never get in the game. Everybody uniform got them dirty.
No sweat. No sweat on his jersey.
That's crazy.
His jersey.
Nigga been hiding in the trenches because he don't. Scripture tell you, man. Hey, woe to he that holding his sword back from blood.
Oh yeah, that's the Israelites. The other Israelites.
That's you niggas not getting down and dirty. You're not in the trenches. You hiding in the cut, keeping your uniform clean and shit.
That's funky.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's funky right there.
You know they gotta watch. They go, they just hang it back up.
Right.
Next game.
No smell on it, nothing.
Nothing.
Just put it back in the, you know.
Bring it out 4 years later.
Yeah.
In the dresser.
Didn't even come out the warm-up jacket.
Right. Nigga don't need to take a warm up out.
The pants don't snap out, and the pants still on.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 63 and 4. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come.
Yep. Hey, and that's what we're looking forward to. We're tired of this bullshit. Esau, hey, what that Jake said, we're tired of the church. Hey, we're tired of the bullshit. The jig is up. You know, we ready to be ruling class citizens, man. We're tired of being niggas, spicks, and wetbacks, man. Okay? These proverbs and bywords that the streets of in Deuteronomy 28, man. We're tired of these curses, man. We want them to be lifted up off us. But that's the thing, our people don't even believe that they're being oppressed, man. And the only way that we can get out of this is the Lord coming back for vengeance and blood. All right? And fire is a cleansing agent. So those missiles have to happen in order for the transition to take place, man. Right? In any form of transition, somebody has to be taken down, man, in order for the next person to step up. And that's just the way it is. Go ahead, Shabbat.
This is Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached to heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she said filled her to her double.
Yeah, and if I can, and if I can make a point, when it says come out of her, speaking of, thing, take your black ass on a plane and leave.
Right.
Spiritually, remove yourself, man. Because scripture tell you in Micah 2:10, for this is not our rest. All right? So depart, because this place is filthy and polluted, man. Roughly paraphrase.
And with this knowledge, see what it is you get this knowledge. This knowledge removes you, like we were talking about Thanksgiving's coming up. Knowing the truth, that is what removes your mindset, removes your spirit out of believing in this place and desiring to be in this place, because you understand that this place is wicked. That's why Yahweh Shah said, and ye shall know the truth, that John 8:32. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So what are you free from? You free from your spirit and your mind is free from philosophy. Yeah, right.
The wine.
Philosophies, wine and philosophies of this world that's been lying to you anyway. So you
Got them sex vans.
departing your departing your mindset and your spirit out of this place first and foremost through this knowledge. And then comes the actual deliverance.
Well, we coming into this season where the so-called Christmas, and to be removed from just that Christmas spirit is a relief and a freedom. You know how much stress
money you
our
save?
people, yes, you know how much stress and as the black woman that's finna sell to get her child something during the Christmas season, just to not even be in that mindset is freedom. You ain't gotta try to bust your ass and try to provide toys.
I'd rather come out here and stand for hours than go sit my ass down in the church on Sunday, man.
You know how much money I saved through the years not celebrating Christmas, Thanksgiving?
That should be a goddamn slogan, a commercial. I'd say, I'm not even doing the car insurance. I say $700 by switching to Geico.
Switching to the Bible. Right, not Geico, but the Bible.
Right. I say $200,000 a year by switching to Israel.
Yeah. That's real.
Hey, and that's freedom, man. You ain't gotta be stressed out on how you gonna get this and how you gonna get that.
You know,
motherfuckers will pay their rent money for toys around this season, and then be evicted with them same toys that they just fucking paid for.
And they be asking you for money.
Exactly.
Right. His family hit you up.
That's mad.
You better take some of that PlayStation. Don't touch it. And take some of that take that Christmas toy money and put that towards your bills. That's how you can take. That's how you can give your kids, give them the gift of being able to have a roof over their head.
Exactly.
Because you got Thanksgiving right after that, which is gonna be Thursday, right? You got Black Friday, Black Monday. I'm pretty sure a lot of these jakes got all kind of birthdays that they have to pay for, whether it's their girlfriends or their children. They got to take care of birthday parties. Then Christmas right around the corner. Then New Year's. Man, Jake's spending bank.
Then you know what Jake gonna do? He gonna try to re-up around tax season and be stunned and shit. That shit gonna be gone. And then you back to square one or even in more debt than when you first got your goddamn check. Cause Jake ain't gonna take that shit and put it on the bills. He gonna take that shit and goddamn buy a Camaro. Goddamn and cash out on some hoes. That's it. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain, for one cut of a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it moves not. That's the brother speaking about these vain, and not beneficial holidays for your spirit. These things wear out the saints, man. These things wear out Israelites. It's basic to us, but it wears out the Black Spanish Native Americans that do not even have this knowledge, man. And it's ultimately, as Christians bring it out, it's not for us, man. Those are idols. It's no benefit in that. It's no future in that, man. Is this that day and it moves on, man. That's not where it's at. The spirit is not there in those holidays, man. It's just basically time to repent. That shit, hey, Jake, we done with that shit, man.
Yeah, billions of dollars are actually spent on these different holidays annually. Billions from Christmas to Valentine's Day, and a lot of times the tables are turned. You think these are jovial holidays? Most deaths and suicides occur. The most breakups occur on Valentine's Day. So you thinking of Valentine's Day is when you actually getting your freak on with your boo. You know, you're getting her a gift that she's gonna love for the ages. Man, first off, you got to get her the right gift. These women are seditious on hell, especially in Atlanta nowadays. You know, you get her a bag. She wanted the bag to make the smiley head on the fucking runway.
Hey, they didn't fuck flowers and chocolate. Nigga propose.
Yes, right.
I'm tired of regular shit.
Marry me. Other niggas. And then you got New Year's and 4th of July. Man, you know, Jake airing that shit out, man.
Hey, and before you come into the truth, bro, you don't realize how much fucking holidays it is, bro.
Right.
It's a lot of holidays. Man, Esau is like, goddamn, this shit is like really highway robbery. Because you working, but he in the backdrop thinking how to get that shit back. He's like, I'm gonna get his nigga. He gonna make, let's say, 30,000, 40,000 a year, but I'm gonna get a good percentage of that back. Yeah. I'm gonna get that nigga just enough to keep the roof over his head.
That's right.
But other than that, I'm scheming in the back on how to get that shit
You
back.
right. Like the holidays, like it's like you said, highway robbery. You get paid, you get your check back, you got taxes.
Yeah.
But then he's like, I'm gonna get them by taxes in their consumption.
Right.
Because I'm gonna tax the shit out of them, but they hit them with the Black Friday, and then they just gonna spend the rest of their shit.
Tax before they get it. Then after the trip, and when you buy something, tax them again.
Tax them again for what they get you.
Shit. Say too, man. Usually these holidays, it's always good against evil. Like we got.
He's a nigga.
You got Thanksgiving coming up. Where's Mr. Hanukkah right now?
Right.
You got good versus evil. I bet during the time of Christmas, the seven part
Slap.
you know, something of that nature. So our people don't have no excuse anymore. The scriptures say our people.
This shit in the same day.
Jeremiah 17:4, discontinue from my heritage. The high holy days, they worship these satanic holidays, and when you actually look up the satanic calendar, there's usually satanic holiday that's before the holiday. You know what I'm saying? So our people are missing the spirits, and that's why, like Didi said, people kill themselves, children get abducted, and your partner's gonna get hurt.
Hey, he saw a real nigga. He like a nigga that robbed the dice game. He's sitting there losing. He get his money, he robbed the dice game. He get his money and yours. That's crazy.
Right. One of them slick niggas at the in the gas station that might give you a 10, and you have to change it. He get what the hell?
That's Esau, bro. Esau the biggest nigga on the face of the earth.
Did y'all watch that video about the 10 billionaires that lost their fortune? It was a video that came out on Nigga Star Hip Hop. I had to watch it. It was to show you how Esau really fucks over the world. How they steal billions of. Esau is good at getting money. You think about a nigga stealing like, all right. If you hear about Jake stealing $20,000, you be like, damn, that man made a combo. Esau steals billions of dollars, man. And they running up for a decade. They might have stolen. Some of them devils stole $2-3 billion within a 20-year time span from hundreds of thousands of people, and they get locked up. And then maybe the IRS or whatever government forces come down the corner, they'll compromise and throw them in prisons, and they don't release the funds to the people that got this shit stolen. So it gets transferred from one thief to the next.
Bring that up.
This is Haggai chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes.
And why is that? Because Esau in the back drop robbing your ass, man. You know, he putting in all these hours on the job. Okay, you thinking of little hustles the way to get ahead. You know, you using these self-affirmated apps to make money on the side. But Esau in the backdrop scheming on your ass, thinking about how to get it back. He the one poking the holes in the goddamn bag.
Well, he the one that gave you the bag with
With
the
the
hole
holes
in
in
it.
it. You poke the bags in the hole and give it to you.
And follow behind you.
And then follow your ass as the money falling out the bag, picking that shit up.
Behind you.
And Jay be like, man, I think I got a hole in my goddamn bag.
Right. Hey, it's the same in the world. You got a hole in your pocket. You know, Jay can't keep no money. He's like, God damn, you got a hole in your pocket. Yeah, you do. He saw it at the bottom of the hole, gathering that shit back as it falls out.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to say, you know, and then like when you work in a job, you working OT or whatever, you try to get you some extra little money, you getting taxed even more. To the point that you like, man, ain't no point in working OT. They just taking even more. But that keeps you at the bottom.
It's overtime, which isn't necessarily part, it's not part of work hours. And like the brother said, they tax you more. And you know, the more you do, that pushes you in another tax bracket by the end of the year.
Let me tell you how my job was.
It tax you even more than
And I just called it this way.
Let me tell you.
Wait, hold on a second, man. So this is how my job hustles. They make us, we some slaves, all right? I'm gonna say slave jobs. Let me just put that disclaimer out there. So they make us work on holidays because I work in a food-based company. You know how it is. Food is always constant. So they make us work on holidays. But what they do is they pay us and they give us a holiday check. Now, if you miss that day, they take away your holiday check from you. First off, when you work in a job, you're supposed to get that day off and you're supposed to get paid holiday time. Right. And when you work that job, you're supposed to get time and a half. They don't give us time and a half, they make us work that job. And then they'll give you holiday pay, but if you miss the day, they take away your holiday pay. You're supposed to get that holiday pay regardless because it's a federal holiday.
Oh, you saying if you missed a day, like
if you miss,
that day, if you don't work
if you don't work on that holiday, they're gonna take your holiday check from you. So you're not getting paid and they take your holiday check. But if you work, you just get paid regular and they get your holiday check. You're supposed to get damn near 3 checks. So you're supposed to get your time and a half.
you get holiday pay?
Yeah, you get time and a half.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, this goes on that part of the curse. It's the curse. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28 and 38. Thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, and shalt gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it.
Hey, Esau, getting that shit right back. You sowing much for bringing in little. And then the little that you do bring in, you're not able to enjoy it, man. Because you're so worried about bills and shit. Or how you going to hold on to this little bit that you did bring in to carry over to the next check, you know? And it's just a much continual cycle, man. Okay? So, hey, man, Esau, hey, he's a big nigga, man. We're trying to tell you people that, you know, who this guy is, man. But it's falling on deaf ears, okay? But we already know what's going on. This guy just totally, the way this guy thinks, man, he totally got to be eradicated, all right? Because even though he's going into slavery, you know, as those that's how fucking big of a nigga he just got to be destroyed. You can't even coincide with a person like that. You get your work back out of his ass, you get your recompense, and you destroy his ass. Right. You know, 1,000 years up out of his ass, after you done milked his ass for all he's worth that he done got from you, just get rid of him, man. You can't even try to, he's not even, rehabilitate?
Yeah, you can't rehabilitate.
You can't rehabilitate Esau, man. It's over with.
There's no therapy.
There ain't no 12-step program. Right. It ain't no rehab, reform, none of that shit.
You can't make him. Esau's not going into slavery because he's you know, so
rehabilitated.
He's going into slavery because the Lord want to fuck you up.
Right. You gotta get recompense. You gotta get payback. You're not going to slavery because we want you to come out a better slave or a better person. No. We getting back that blood, goddamn.
Can I get a quick piece up there? Exactly what you just said. You said about the reformation or the rehabilitation, the 12-step program. So about 23 and 15, the man that is accustomed to opprobrious words will never be reformed all the days of his life.
Hey, Esau. Yeah. What's Syria? Somebody asked Syria where the program is. Right.
Ain't no rehabilitating, goddamn.
Arkansas to the T.
Niggas like that can't be rehabilitated. That's like nigga on opioids for 30, 40 years. Ain't no rehabilitation. That's in the system. Yeah, that's in the system. If you take him off of it, he gonna die. He done did drugs, your system done became so goddamn accustomed and entwined with it. You know, you gonna go through withdrawals. But that shit ultimately you gonna need that fix, man. And that's how he saw it. A guy like that can be rehabilitated. Why would you put him out of his misery?
He would relapse so quick.
Yeah, he can relapse as soon as he stepped foot out the goddamn facility.
That's what happened with
He's
that.
looking for a rock.
That happened to that old prisoner that killed those individuals, and the judge was like, he's too old to stay in prison. That old, like, the judge freed him. He wanted to kill some more people.
Yeah, see?
Must be nice.
You gotta put it down. You gotta be eradicated. You gotta put it down. Brother,
I'll read that over slot. The man, Sirach 23 and 15, the man that is accustomed to opprobrious words will never be reformed all the days of his life.
you gotta be put balance. Spirit is not upright in you.
Proverbs 16 and 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Esau was crazy to be wicked. And once we get to keep my evidence, then we go perfect for the wicked. That's why it would be eradicated.
This is Habakkuk 2 verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
We good. We should go that much longer.
All right, come. Just making sure. On a one way.
One way.
Habakkuk 2 verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Yeah, and it's not important that a thing that is crooked cannot be made straight. Some shit you just gotta throw away right.
Can the leopard change his spots?
To the point of no return. Like some shit you trying to revamp at the house and trying to do that. You're not gonna fix it.
Most of the time, you're not a hoarder. You're not gonna hoard up either like just for it. You're gonna do away with it.
Get rid of that shit. That's why you got there to go. You got older grandparents. They got shit from the goddamn 30s and 40s. Man, throw that shit away. They got duct tape all over it.
Now it's someday and it don't.
Hey,
Beanie Babies and all that bullshit.
you got to think about it too. You're saying the Lord's not a hoarder. You can say he ain't about to hoard 2/3 of his own people. What makes you think he gonna hoard a goddamn Shemite?
Right.
All right.
No.
He gonna destroy. Niggas ain't gonna get it either. They ain't gonna stop. They ain't gonna whatever. You can't get through to them. It's the same thing with Esau in the book of Revelation. It tells you in Revelation 9 that he repented not of his works. You know what I'm saying? So it's, after 1,000 years, he's still gonna be proud as hell, whatever. Okay, you gotta go, man. It's the same thing with these 2/3. Y'all gotta just get a missile.
Then Esau, this nigga still gonna try to fight.
Still gonna try to
Even though
rebel.
you don't see the miraculous and the miracles and everything, the chariots, the fight. This nigga pride is still gonna have him to the point where it ain't no goddamn to the fat lady saying.
But that's what's gonna make it fun for us.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna make it fun.
It'll be an easy kill if the Lord just come back and do his thing. Esau.
No, even in the kingdom, he's gonna be like that.
Get into the story.
That's what's gonna make it fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Close with this script. Okay.
Perfect. It's Obadiah 1 verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them, and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh had spoken it.
Bang, man. Perfect scripture to close out on, man. That way it's getting burnt up. All right, now being burnt up, getting enslaved. After slavery, termination.
Right.
That's it. Fire for the stove. You know how you make a campfire, you get all the brush together. That's Esau. That's all you man. Fire for the stove.
You know what's funny too? Everything that we read about Esau, he already did it to us.
Exactly.
That's where you get the term picnics and barbecues. And picnic go back to
Pickaninny.
And they would actually eat. They would lay out the what would like a blanket. And they would watch Jake get lynched and beat. And then they would grill niggas, man. You know, they would have the campfire when they would set Jake on fire, and Jake would try to get out of the fires, and they would kick Jake back in. Where you watch those big the mobs, yeah. When you would have those mobs, they would have the pitchfork. It would be the damn devil, man. A red man with a big ass pitchfork pushing your ass in the fire, man.
We're going to close out with that. Lord willing, you know, this camp was edifying, giving all praise, glory, honor to Yahweh.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.